Yes, family. Blessed good evening. Blessed good evening. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Well, you are early. I love it. 6 o'clock on the dot. I love it. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. You are the first one. You know what? It's kind of crazy. I've been giving out a prize for the last couple of weeks, so I might have to find a prize for you. I being the first one this week. Yes, yes, I remember. I remember. So thank you for being here. So as you can see, normally we are outside at the Tiki Bar, but we're getting thunderstorms today. I'm doing great. How are you, Mary? So at least me have a indoor bar when we build. This is the Purple Palace. This is my cave. So because we're getting thunderstorms today, I didn't want to have to start outside at the Tiki Bar and then, you know, have to come back in, pack up everything and run inside. Spiral, blessings. And welcome, my brother. How are you? Welcome to the Tiki Bar. So, Mary, I know you're here for the first time. Um, I wanted to just kind of go over, every week I usually go over the ground rules of what the Tiki Bar is about. So, we're discuss any and everything. All right. And we always, as what I always say, we always respect each other's opinion. We don't necessarily have to agree, but we always respect each other's opinion. Anyone that wants to come up on the live, I have pinned the link to the live up top. So anybody that wants to come up to the bar can come up to the bar. Terry B, welcome, welcome, my brother. I need to give you a call, Terry. I've been busy. I got a groundhog in my yard driving me crazy. Yeah, I eat everything. So we're up on a mission. We're up on a mission to catch him. So between that and work, I've been super busy, but blessings to everyone. So anyway, as I'm say, if you want to come up to the bar, to the Tiki Bar, you know, just click on the link and join the discussion. Um, we said, Spiral, usually for 4th of July, I don't really grill out. I usually go to one of my brethren house, 'cause he has a huge 4th of July party every year. So, but me still buy some things just in case. So usually it's ribs and some dogs and a couple different things, depending upon how we feel for. But usually Jamaican food, have to go on, and then usually some American grilling cuisine as well. Usually go have a 4th of July. So we will see. We will see how the week turns out. Mary, you say you want some juice. You know what? I might do a brisket. But why? I tell you one thing. I was in the store today, because everybody know that it's 4th of July, so they raise the price up on everything, you know. So brisket, well, Mister for 100 and something. Well, usually like 60, $70 is like 100 and something dollars now. So, hi Des, welcome in, welcome in. Glad you could be here. Glad you could be here. Like I said, the first few minutes of the live of the Tiki Bar usually is everybody get the opportunity to mingle amongst themselves. If you've never met someone, and let me go ahead and give you your armband right now, which is the blue armband I will give to you. So let me see how I can do this. Give you a moderator if it will let me. Sometimes my thing here acts up, but there we go. So you can connect with the other people the uh in the live. All right, if you haven't connected before. Okay. And like I said, you can get to mingle, kind of get to meet each other, and then we can start a discussion. And like I said, the link is posted there, so anyone that wants to step up to the bar and join the conversation, um, you are more than welcome to. Okay. And as I said, we have a lot of fun, but we keep it um, nice and decent, and you know, as we said, we always respect each other's opinions. Okay, so if you haven't had the opportunity to mix and mingle with somebody that you haven't seen before, Definitely, as what I say, it's like a bar. It is a bar, right? So when you're there at the bar, you mix and mingle, you get to meet new people. You know, this is what it's here for. And then, as I said, we have a good time, we have a good discussion, and sometimes it get crazy, but it's not bad crazy. It's good crazy. It's usually fun crazy. So if everybody, let me see who else. Oh, let me get Terry B as a moderator here so he can get his armband. All right. So yeah, that's what I said. We waiting on. Well, we can start the conversation now. So as you can see, across the scrolling across the screen here. Oh wow, Mary Blessings. Wow, I never had a super sticker before on on the Tiki Bar. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna drop that on the tip cup. All right, I will drop that in the tip cup. Yes. So the um the topic today is actually scrolling across the screen there, and it is basically asking the question: is honesty always the best policy, or sometimes do you have to bend the truth sometimes, right? So I would definitely love for someone to step up to the bar. Again, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Um, you can just step up, leave your camera off if you want to, or you can step up to the bar and join the conversation. But I would love to hear somebody's opinion. I will give you my opinion at some point, but I would love to hear somebody's opinion on, you know, is it always good to be honest all the time, right? I know I'm a very straightforward person. Um, I kind of like to tell people what's on my mind. So, and sometimes people can consider it to be mean, right? Some people can consider that, you know, you're when you're honest, you're being mean as well, right? And sometimes you just gotta let people know. Oh, Mary, here's the topic is scrolling across the screen. It says, "Is honesty always the best policy, or do you have to bend the truth sometimes?" Okay, so like I said, you know, whenever you want to, anybody can click on the link. I've already pinned the link. All right, let me make sure it's there. Yep, at the top you'll see the link. It's already pinned. So if you want to step up to the Tiki Bar and join the conversation, we would definitely love to know, what do you think, and when is it appropriate to, as what we say, bend the truth. I didn't know it's lying, but I try to make it as user friendly as possible. So I would definitely love for someone to step up and join the bar, step up to the Tiki Bar, and let's have this conversation and see what your thoughts are. Or you can even type it in the chat as well. But this is an interactive bar. I'm the bartender, so usually me I listen to everybody else's problems and take notes. All right, and then generally, the bartender they give them opinions, but sometimes people ask you a question, you have to give them an answer, right? So it goes back to what the topic is saying: is it appropriate to be honest all the time, every single time? Or do you at some point decide that, look, you know what, maybe I shouldn't tell you everything, or bend the truth a little bit, just maybe just not to hurt your feelings, you know? And then how will that work out if you decided not to tell the person, like, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and then it turns around that it affected them in some other way, and then now they come back to you and, like, why didn't you tell me in the first place, right? So I mean, that's the topic of conversation, right? Do we bend the truth sometimes, depending on who we're talking to? All right, here we go. We got our first Hi, Mary. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I
Yeah.
can't hear. Oh, now I can hear you. I lost your volume again. Do you have your
Hi,
headset
this is
in?
my first time here, and I'm so happy.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, good. So go ahead. Go ahead, Mary. Introduce yourself.
So happy to be here. We connected yesterday.
Yes.
I'm Mary Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm a YouTuber,
Okay.
and I'm, to me, I choose. Oh my goodness.
Your sound is cutting in and out. There. Turn your mic. Your microphone is off right now. All right.
Okay,
Try.
I choose honesty anytime, any.
Okay. So.
I choose honesty anytime, any day. Because honestly, I hate lies.
Mm-hmm.
But you better cut me with the truth and sugarcoating the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Then later it will break my heart when I know it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I prefer telling the truth
Mm-hmm.
than, rather than telling lies. When at the end of the day, it hurts someone when they eventually knows the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, so let me ask you this: what if telling somebody the truth might end up
Sorry?
hurt? So, what if telling somebody the truth at that moment end up causing pain or pain to them? Would you tell them the truth either way? So, if telling them the truth at that time was going to
No,
cause them.
if that something is meant to hurt that, if whatever you if whatever you telling them will hurt them, it
Mm,
doesn't matter whether you tell them the truth at the moment or you hide for some days to tell them or
mm-hmm.
some years to tell them. The moment you tell them, if it's meant to break their heart, if it's
Mm-hmm.
meant to make them pain, to make
Mm-hmm.
them go through pain, it will hurt their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better you tell them the truth,
Mm-hmm.
um, and hurt their feelings for some time rather than keeping it as alive, because that will be like a double
Mm-hmm.
hurting.
Like a double jeopardy.
But
Okay.
it's alive and you lied for long, like you hide it for long.
Mm-hmm. Your
I
sound
don't
is
know whether
coming.
you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, your sound is coming in and out. So I don't know if it's.
So I prefer telling the truth. It's better you have to know with the truth than hiding. Then I eventually come to know. Me, I have a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I always tell him, please be honest with me. Don't test me. Don't do something wrong and
Mm-hmm.
wait me to find it. You better when you do something wrong, let me know instead of waiting for me to know.
To find out. Yeah.
You know, find out. Yeah, instead of waiting for me to find out later. And I feel like when it tells me the truth, like, mom, I did me. Yes, it will hurt me, but of course I'll understand and forget.
Mm-hmm.
But when I find it later that he did something wrong, it hurt
Right.
me, hurt me a lot. So I would suggest I would
Hi, season.
propose
Welcome.
I would
Sorry.
propose bending the truth. I would
Mm-hmm.
propose bending the truth. I think it's good to be straight and honest.
Okay. So let me ask you this. if uh, if you had to tell a lie to save your life, would you tell a lie or would you tell the truth? Did you hear the question?
Honestly, I hate lies.
No, 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 I'm saying if you had to tell a lie to save your life, so you were in danger, and you had to tell a lie to save your life, would you tell a lie or would you tell the truth?
Mhm. No, me, I honestly I prefer telling the truth.
Even if it would cost you your life. And this is
It's hard though.
see, this is why I asked the question, because that's why I said sometimes situations might require you to lie. You might not see it as you lying. You're trying to see, if it's a life and death situation, you're trying to protect yourself or your child, for example. And say, for example, somebody stick you up, try to rob you, right? Or whatever the situation is. And you have to lie to get out of that situation. Would you lie? I know I would. I would, I would lie my butt off because the situation requires for me to tell a lie, right? So even though, like I said, sometimes you can't just always be honest, right? You always, I mean, situation dictates, right? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ask you again. What would you do in that situation?
Oh my goodness. I think no, honestly, I don't know what to say, but sometimes, but it will depend. Honestly, it will depend on what are you like, which lie.
Hmm.
So some lies are too big, like they are too big.
You said some lies are too big,
Yeah, honestly,
but
like
yeah, and
me,
hmm
sorry, yeah, they are too big and expensive.
right. See what season says. If honesty is going to kill
But
you, you have to.
honestly, I don't know now what to say for in some situations. Okay, okay, I understand your question. I understand your question. And that in some situations, it's allowed.
Right, and that's my whole point.
It's
It's like,
allowed in some situations. It's allowed.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now, a lie is a lie, right? Regardless of
alive, alive.
yeah,
Yeah,
regardless of the situation. But at the same time,
sure,
you
alive,
have to,
alive.
yeah. So situation is going to dictate if you're going to be honest all the time, or you gotta have to tell a lie just to get out of a situation, right? Like, if you get pulled over by a police officer and he's like, "Do you know how fast you were going?" and you're like, "No," that's a lie, right? Because you're looking at the speedometer, you know how fast you were going.
A lie is a lie.
Well, a lie is a lie, but again, I think every situation is different, and it warrants you not being having to tell the truth every single time. And that's why I said it's like, I think for the most part, most people are honest, you know to a point. you know but there are times, like we said, you have to bend the truth, right? And even though we say bending the truth, it's still it's a lie, right?
One is saying better to lie than to be dead.
I said, see, I agree. I, I agree. So again, and like I said, sometimes, um, you tell a partial truth. Like if you're, for example, if somebody's suicidal, right? You might have to lie to them just to, you know, talk them off the ledge, right? if somebody is when I say talk off the ledge, it's like stop them from doing harm to themselves, right? You might have to lie to them to to get them to that point where they're going to listen to you, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
it's still a lie, but it's not a bad reason to lie, right? You know, right? Because you're helping someone or you're saving somebody's life, you know.
Yeah,
So I think there are times when it's appropriate. I mean, I don't feel like it should you should continuously lie, right? But at some point you might have to. At some point within your life, you might have to just to, like I said, help you out of a situation, or you know, you're given
to
half
bend the
truth.
truth.
Yeah, you have to bend the truth sometimes, and that's the reason why I asked that
Yeah,
question. Because, like I said, I know a lot of people don't. I feel as you get older, and this is just me speaking from
I
my
agree.
experience. As you get older, you tend to not, I won't say lie as much, but you don't you tend to tell people what exactly what's on your mind, right? I After I turned 50, I realized why older people say exactly what's on their mind all the time, because you just don't have time for the nonsense, right? So so you're a little bit more honest with people when they when they ask for your opinion, which I've always been that way. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Are you able to hear me? Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, as Season said, it's better to lie than be dead. But again, every situation is going to be different, And go ahead. You want to?
Okay. I I think it's good to be honest, but in some situations, I agree with you.
Now, what would
We
another situation be where you think you would have to not tell the truth?
agree
I said, what other situations do you think would be
in- to save my job.
okay?
I can lie to save my job. I can't stand to lose my job.
Right?
Can't stand losing my I can't
Right?
stand losing my job.
Right? So it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy to
Please, I
think.
can't stand losing my job.
So you would lie to lose your to keep your job, right?
Maybe it's harder.
Yeah. And it depends again, that is going to depend on the
Please,
situation again,
I'd
right?
like to save my job.
Yeah. I would too. But again, it depends on the situation, right? It could be something simple as you're running late for work and the boss is like, "Where are you at?" And you're like,
Sure.
I'm stuck in traffic," when
Mhm,
you're not really stuck in traffic. You just
mhm.
left the house. So, yeah, it's still a lie, but at least it's something that you had to do to protect yourself or protect your job or something
That
like that.
depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See what Season said. She said, when you're giving someone your opinion, you need to be telling them the
Mhm.
truth 100%. Yeah. You know, and again, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, right? Because again, depending on who the person is, depending on, again, sometimes we talked about it early in the conversation where you might not want to hurt somebody's feelings, you know, and because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you don't give them the full 100, the full truth, right? You give them a part of it, and then maybe later on you might give them the rest of it. Some people just need to know the truth 100% sometimes. And again, like I said, it depends on the situation, right? Um, for example, if you're talking to somebody about taking drugs, right, and you see, or they you see that it's bad for them. Blessings, twin. Welcome, welcome. Right? If you see something if you're talking to a family member, for example, and you're telling them, look, I don't,
Special, special
yeah,
welcome.
special case, my twin, that's my twin. She's in the building. But it's like if you're in a situation like that where you're telling, talking to a family member that's, say, on drugs and you're trying to get them to leave that situation, you're going to be honest with them, right? You're going to tell them the truth, you know. And if you're trying to, and you might have to lie to them too, because if, for example, you're trying to get them to go to rehab, you probably have to lie to them so they would to get them to the location, right? You know, it's like, where are you going? Oh no, we're going to visit our friend, or we're going to the doctor or something like that.
Even if it-
Even if it's my job, I'm not going to tell anyone any big lies.
they understand the truth. Wow, Caesar, are you for real? Caesar, are you for real?
Well, it might not have to. It might not be a big lie. It might be a small one. That's what I say. You know, again, that's why I call it bending the truth, right? Because a lie is a lie. A lie is a lie, regardless, right? But sometimes situation might dictate that you have to
This
kind of
is a
bend the
lie.
truth a
Let us
little.
speak of more.
Who's that? The Moose. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yes, so when can I drop now?
Huh?
Drop now.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Anyone that wants to come up and step up to the bar. Thanks for joining the conversation. I
And this
appreciate
for
it.
someone to come.
You said this is the first time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So anybody
Okay,
else
thank you
wants
for having me.
absolutely, absolutely. Moose, welcome to the Tiki Bar. As you check in, like up the live, that is your admission. Okay. Yeah, I remember Des, yeah. I remember Moose. Yeah. So I'm glad he could be here. I'm glad all you guys could be here. That's what we said. We're doing well so far. We had a little nice little spirited conversation from Mary here. So anybody else who wants to step up to the bar, like I said, the link is up top. All right. And again, I would love your opinions on this topic here. And again, Moose, the topic is honesty always the best policy? Or do you have to bend the truth sometimes? All right. So we would love to hear people's opinions on, again, like I said, I say bending the truth, but a lie is a lie, right? If you're being honest. You see that? You see how I did that? No, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. Anybody can step up to the tiki bar. That's what I'm say. You don't have to. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. But I figure a lot of people in here are YouTubers, and you show your face every day on YouTube, or every time you post a video. So nothing wrong with stepping up to the tiki bar and giving us your opinion. And that's what I say. You see how we operate, right? Once you're on, you get to give your opinion, and we have a spirited conversation about it, right? We don't have to agree, but we can have an understanding of why we believe the things we believe, right? So who else is stepping up to the bar? Because as I'm say, I really love to hear your opinion. Mary said from day one, Mary said, you know what, I'd rather tell the truth every single time. But she realized that there are situations that you might warrant you to, you know, bend the truth a little bit. That's what I say. So I'm in the tiki bar. I'm chilling. I'm in the indoor bar. This is the alternate location of the tiki bar because guess what? Thunderstorms today, right? And yeah, I don't want to get hit by lightning. So cheers, Mary. Thank you for joining the conversation. So let me know who's ready next to step up to the tiki bar. Twin of twins. Oh my God, there's bugs in my. Oh well, more protein. More protein. There's a bug in my drink. All right. So Talk to me. Tell me about this truth versus um. What you say? You want a rum and coke? All right, I got you. Here's my twin. I know my twin is gonna come up here.
Yes, me want one, please.
Yo, what you
And
want?
thanks.
What you want from the bar?
Anything, anything or
Anything?
anything. Lord, after the traffic I just come out of, I want anything. Hi guys, welcome to the live. Appreciate you all. Sorry, I'm late. I've been out and just came in. So please
Oh,
excuse.
no worries. I got a. Where you want season? Me have white rum, you know.
Ah, who met me rum? Hi all. Blessings.
So, Twinny, you gonna tell me answer this? Did you see
One second, let
Mary?
me just set up everything. No, I didn't see anything. So
Okay.
I'm just setting this up.
Oh, you
I'm
getting a
just setting
thing
this
set
up.
up on
Yeah.
your side? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary came up and she was telling us about what she thought about the question. And
Okay.
she said she is always honest and she believes
Why my hand is
in
scratching me?
money means you get money. That's what them say.
Boy, now take some, guys, take some. Woo, Lord, blessings.
Yeah, so she said that, she believes in being honest all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I posed some questions to her and she she was like, well, there might be times when you have to be not so honest, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? Is it
Well,
always
that's
good to be
true.
honest?
It's good to be honest. It's good to be truthful, but at the same time, you might have to. Hi, Damien. You might
Damien,
have to kind
blessings.
of tell a little bit of a pinky lie. It's not
Mm-hmm.
saying a pinky lie, it's just a little bit of a twist
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want certain people. It depends on the job or what criteria you're working in, but to kind of push yourself forward. Blessings,
Free
Papa,
Mylan, blessings.
Errol,
Welcome in.
blessings. Lesson season. Thank you for coming over, guys. Please remember to like up the live too. Please and thanks. Spread some love. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it depends on what work and what criteria we're in. But it's always they say honesty is the best policy. So, you know,
But there are situations that you possibly have to not tell the truth,
tell
right?
exactly, yeah. Because for instance, I don't really like to remember. I'm not really meant to talk about my work too tough on the
Mm-hmm.
social. But for instance, if I'm dealing with a client that's very poorly ill, and
Mm-hmm.
I may have to call one of their next of kings to turn around and come to them, we're not allowed to tell them formally on the phone. We have to wait until they come. They will try and push it out of us. So we have to try and keep them calm, which is a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a pinky lie, just to kind of get them to come
Mm-hmm.
to you, to speak to them face to face, to make them aware of what's actually going on,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
Because it can be traumatizing for them if they're driving or wherever they're going, they can end up crashing. All different things can happen if they
mm-hmm.
are on the move while they're coming. So yeah.
And see what see what season says. If it's gonna cost you your life, then lie fast.
Mm-hmm.
So so again, it's I think situation dictates people have this thing that's saying, well, I never lie. I don't know if anybody that's never
Everyone
lied.
does a pinky lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Who
And
they talking? Can I have a drink, please?
all
Who-
right,
Because what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Trini, really?
I mean,
Who's
there,
never lied on here? Who's gonna turn around and say they've never lied on here? Mm-hmm. I
yeah,
want to know.
yeah,
Because you see, from you tell me that you've never lied, you're a liar.
that was just a lie.
Hi, Mary.
Father Errol,
Blessings.
yeah, man, step up to the bar now. So
Yes, come, Papa Errol, come.
so hold on, we got two Marys in here. I got a
No,
Mary.
I think she's come over my side. Oh, actually,
Ah,
she's
okay,
on
okay.
both.
Okay, because I see
Yeah.
Mary what Jesus and Mary Birch.
Mirror brush. Yeah, I think it might be the same. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But love, 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 and appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Blessings, bro.
Damien. Spiral. Blessings.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for coming on. Yeah, it's my ninja. I knew it. It's Miri. I knew it was her.
It's the
Yeah.
same Mary.
Her
Okay.
name's too, yeah, her name's very
Okay.
unique.
Yeah, I was like, wow,
Hi,
two people with the same
everyone.
name. Yeah, man. So who else?
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you,
So
thank you.
who else is stepping up to the bar? Father Errol.
Yeah.
You know.
Hi, world. Blessings. So, Twinny, have you ever told a lie? Or have you had to tell a lie to get yourself out of a certain situation?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, my job requires me to lie sometimes. You know, because if I am doing an investigation, and
Thank
I need
you.
I need certain information, yeah, I'm going to lie to you so you can give me the information that I need. World tour, blessings, blessings.
Exactly.
You know, so
Listen.
I'm not lying to because I want to. I lying because I
To
have to.
have to, yeah, it's a part of your inquiry to get to the actual source of the information because you
Right,
can't tell the actual truth within the criteria of what we're meant to be doing.
right.
You understand? We have to try and make sure that we keep all situations calmly and
Hmm.
respectfully in a certain manner. So
Yeah.
a lie has to be told,
Oh, absolutely,
you
absolutely.
know.
And it's not that you're a bad person. It's just that the situation dictate warrants it at that time. You know. So again, like I said,
Exactly.
for people to say, and again, I agree. It is it
Let's
is
thank you.
it is good to be honest as much as you can, but there are going
Mm,
to be situations that warrants you to, you know, let me
yeah,
get to have to tell a lie.
exactly. There's so many. When your job requires you to lie, run from that job. No, you can't run from it. Hi, Stash Cash. Blessings. See, for instance, all right, you've got people in the government, you've got people in the force, you've got people, nurses, doctors, you've got so many different things, like, at high perspective. You can't
Hmm.
tell them your situation because if you turn around and tell them your situation, they will turn around and attack you.
Hmm.
You understand? So you have to protect yourself because if I go around, say if I'm a nurse and I go around with a backpack full of medication and I
Hmm.
see a lot of drug addicts walking past me, what's the first thing they're going to do if they see me in my uniform and they turn around and see me with all the drugs that they want or need? They're going to attack me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to make sure I go in clean clothes, make sure that and don't let them know what is in there or so. Even if you do have stuff in there, you can't tell them what you're doing because you don't want for you to get robbed.
Hmm. And
So
what Dream
there's
Island says
many
is that it's a
reasons
form
and
of
whatever to
necessity,
turn
not
around.
not for normal practice.
Practice
You know,
exactly.
let's see what Season
Yeah.
says. Season says
Yes, like and share, guys. Thank you.
Season
Yeah,
says that
there's
definitely.
definitely different levels of lies, 100%. We should not have to lie.
All right,
The problem is that people don't want to hear the truth.
there you go.
Exactly, season.
Yeah.
Because let me turn around and tell you, we even have to lie to our children.
Hmm. Oh, all the
You,
time.
that's one, but I can't do that job, I really can't. I'll be honest with you. Let me tell you, I got myself in trouble twice with two of my girls.
Yeah.
Trini, let me give you some joke. Because who told me to tell my children that children come out of vaginas? So when they turned around and said in school, oh, the baby comes from a stalk, and I'm telling them
Oh,
about
and
birds and
the
bees
kids
and it
was
comes
like,
from a stalk, my daughter
lies.
just came out, no, that's a lie. My mommy told me I came out of her vagina. Sorry. I'm sorry to the parents that like to do those little. I couldn't do it.
but see, but, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not for a bad reason that you did it because you want to protect your children as well too, right? So sometimes you don't want them to just know everything right away. I'm different. I'm like you. I tell my kids I never hit anything from my kids, and my kids are are great. They're wonderful. Always have been. And but yeah, there's been times I'm not going to tell them every truth all the time. Sometimes some things people got to find
Yeah.
out for themselves too, right? Sometimes you don't learn a lesson until you know, you touch that stove, right? That's your lesson, not to touch that stove again, right?
Spiral. That's the
What's
next
Spy-
one.
what's
Mm-hmm.
Spiral say?
Mm.
Oh, it's a who
I
that
don't know
supports
what that
Santa.
last word is.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah.
there you go. That's
I
the
am
that
the Santa.
children are
Hmm.
different.
I turn around and let them
Yeah,
know straight.
yeah,
I don't do the lights.
yeah. See,
I know.
a simple thing as Santa Claus, right? That means people
Hmm.
lie to their kids all the time. Like you know,
That's why my daughter as well, with even that, my daughter
mm,
turned around and said, I'm not sitting on no stranger's lap.
right? I ain't, or leave no milk and cookies for no fat man coming through. How do you get through the chimney? And we don't even have a
Chimney.
chimney. Like Damien
Turn
says,
around, telling
Santa's
you.
not real. We
Wait,
never say
Santa's not
Santa is
real.
not real. We never say
Damien,
Santa is not
Damien.
real.
Oh Lord.
Look, Damien, we didn't say
They,
Santa is
they,
not real. Only
Damien's
thing
just
we
playing
said,
smart.
yeah, only thing we said is not a fat man in a red suit. Santa Claus is real. It's just not a fat man in a red suit that travel over.
Pass me a drink, please. Pass me a drink.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
Woo.
but you think about something that simple, right? Because sometimes you want people to believe in you want your kids to believe in something. And it's not
That's
that you're
true. They may not be ready for the reality, but it's
to,
best to kind of tell the truth from the get-go. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Mary Brace, agree. I left the corporate world because you have lied very often,
So
especially
in your
in
reports.
your reports, almost a mantra's upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true, dream, Papa Errol.
Yeah, it's a lot of
True.
jobs people lie every day.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance brokers. I mean, a lot of.
Right there, a lawyer has to lie, even if
Mm,
they know that their
mm-hmm.
suspect is basically a murderer. They still have to.
Oh
They've
yeah,
got to get that
yeah,
money,
yeah.
so that
Well,
they've
even the
got
most honest
to find
people,
their way through
like
it.
you said, even the most honest people, like we expect lawyers to be honest, right? And lawyers, they like you said, they might know the truth, but they still have to defend you. That's their job.
Some
Defense
do know
attorney
the
has to
truth.
right. So they know the truth, but they still have to defend you because that's their job. You know. So hold on, I'm still cooking. Then I give me sample. Me I was a sampler.
Oh, hi, Mama Lee. Hello.
She's on
How you do? Where's my sample? But wait there. What is it first? What is it? What is
it's
it?
it's um
Hello.
it's goat. We are brown stew some goat.
Where's my sample?
Uh,
Mama, Mama, how how dare you? You give the long belly one before you give me?
then me I cook it. Well, Dream Island. Mary said Dream Island sometimes you feel it. Yeah. Let me see what Spiral
Mhm.
says. Spiral says, also, let's say a friend makes you a plate of food that isn't so great. But if you say the food true, it might get any more. I know, yeah. I don't want to miss the sample. That's true.
And I tell you,
Right? That's
I
true.
can't. I can never take my mum to a West Indian restaurant because she's going to be real. I get so embarrassed. Even when you just want to just leave there swiftly and not go there again, my
Hmm.
mum's turning around and giving the verdict right then and then. No, sir, it don't taste good and it need more pepper and this. I'm like, mum, please.
Right? So sometimes, like, honestly,
Ooh.
I because I'm a foodie, I'm a foodie. I love my food.
But
But but
exactly. So
I
when you
I
go
don't
to
think
restaurants, are you like my mum?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lynn can tell you. I tell this story every time when I was in Jamaica last year, and we were at
You must be
the
everyone's worst enemy.
oh um we were at the Moon Palace, and
That's where
they
I'm going.
look. I'm telling you something. The food was horrible, right? And I told them. Like we did the tour, and I told them the
My
food.
mum did too.
I was like, the food was horrible, because they lie to people
They
and say this
watered
is
it
authentic.
down.
Oh yeah, say this is authentic Jamaican food and all this other stuff.
Hmm.
And then my kids know my cooking. So when we're in Jamaica, they were like, this don't taste like your food, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I had to tell them. They laugh every time I tell the story about how they they burn up the chicken and all them things, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, but yeah. So again, sometimes it's warranted. Like if it's a friend of mine, I just don't go back to
It's
their
true,
house.
Mary. It does, Mary. When I turn around and tell you the way how they look at you like they want to kill you just because you told the truth about their food.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you watch Jamie Oliver? Oh my gosh! If you ever watch one of his shows, and he would turn around and curse you out. He turn around, he would dash the thing right at you and say, what is that?" Like he says it more over than what I'm saying it, but
Yeah,
I feel like
and
honesty is the best policy. Woo.
and see, that's why I say it might not always be the best. But see what Mary said, the guilt takes over after. But again,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on what it is, right? Like I'm not gonna feel guilty to tell you that your food is horrible because there's other people thinking the same thing, and to me, that's not honest. For me, not telling you and you thinking, man, this is the best thing I ever cooked. Everybody's like, no, it's not. So, in that sense, it's good to be honest and tell people, hi, Sister Charmaine.
Marsha, how you doing? What you doing on here? You should be busy. Love you, Mama Charlene. It's Princess Bree Bree's
who's who is
birthday
who's Jamie?
party today.
Oh, okay. Who's Jamie Oliver?
Jamie Oliver is I think he's he British chef, but he goes all around the world. He goes like to a lot of the restaurants as a top chef, and he actually turns around and curses people out and tries to refurbish their
Oh,
business to
oh, I
make
think
them
I've seen
turn
that.
around and yes.
Oh, happy
And
birthday to your
he is
granddaughter, Sister Charmaine.
yes, happy birthday to Bree Bree.
So so basically, he's saying that he's a food critic. Is that what it is?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly that. But he does it in the rawest way. He's very vulgar with it. Very,
It's
very,
kind of
very,
it's
very,
kind of
very, very
like
vulgar.
what's the guy named Gordon Ramsay?
Exactly like Gordon Ramsay. They
Yeah,
both of them say, yeah. They do it.
yeah. Okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
again,
There's a lot of the English ones are trying to be like him now.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But they're doing that for entertainment. But you know, it's just
But it's very entertaining.
that's why
I'm
they're
telling
doing
you.
it.
There's a next one as well called is it Hidden Boss? Is it called Hidden Boss or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I know.
That one's good too.
Undercover boss or something like that.
Yeah, undercover. Yes, that's it. Undercover
Yeah,
Boss. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Happy birthday to your granddaughter, Miss Shasha
Yes.
Spiral. Happy
Anthony
birthday.
Bourdain.
We're
Oh,
having
okay.
a fantastic day today.
He's the one that
Yay.
died, right? Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Always been my favorite.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
was I was asking Miri earlier. I said, "What if you get pulled over by the cops and they're like, 'Were you speeding?'" And you're like, "No." That's a lie.
See, but the
But
whole thing is, okay, see the thing is, you're going to say no because obviously you don't want to pay the fine. But at the same time, if you was to turn around and say yes, because I've turned around and said to them, yes, I was speeding one time that they did stop me. And I
hmm
had to turn around and be honest because I was stressed out. My
Yep.
daughter, my daughter it's the first time I left my daughter away from me, and I had to rush to the hospital because
hmm
my mom went to the hospital with the baby just to turn around and when I turned around and done that, the officer actually helped
hmm
me to
To
get to
get
the
to the
hospital. Yeah,
hospital.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
so this is where I say the power of the P comes into place because I don't think that
No,
anyone can do that.
it's the power of the H. Honesty. You were honest
Hmm.
because yeah, sometimes honesty does help. Honesty in again situation dictates, right? because that officer is probably was
Mm-hmm.
expecting you to say, "Well, no, officer, I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that." But then when they have a
Mm-hmm.
different reaction from you, it gets a different reaction from them. You know,
Yeah.
you know. Now,
Yeah.
if I had drugs in the vehicle, I wasn't going to say, "Yeah, I got 100 pounds of weed in the back." You know, I'm not. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say
Exactly,
that.
Sparrow. We're on Tiki Bar. Anything is that.
Spiral, I already know.
Mhm.
Spiral, spiral, I already know.
See, you don't want me to go there, Spiral, because that can get a little bit deep. It's Saturday. We're at the bar. Yeah, we have to lie certain times, even to the men too.
Yeah,
Yeah, this topic was brought up
oh,
on
yeah,
last night's topic.
yes, yes, yes,
Mhm. So let me just.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Last night,
Mhm.
boy, it was some truth telling going on last night. I'm telling you.
Oh, it's 1:50 a.m. Oh,
Oh, where are you?
wow.
Where
Here
are you,
on the
Mary?
rest now. Happy to be here. Oh, bless you. I think in Kenya.
Oh, in
Because
Kenya.
yeah, I think she's probably, yeah, Kenya, I think she is. I
Yeah.
need a double shot. Yes, season. Put in your orders, guys. Put in your orders. We need this right
So that
now.
being said,
Yes,
I'm
I knew
gonna
it was
ask that
Kenya.
question.
Another leg.
So
Mm-hmm.
20, since you brought it up, that brings me to this
You
point,
really want
right?
to ask me?
Do women lie to their husbands about certain things?
Women lie all the time. Yes, we do. Because sometimes
All
you just
right,
want
Mary,
them to
see
get
you
off of
later.
you. We just want to be left alone. Yes, so we do. Yeah, we have to tell that little bit of a pinky lie.
Hi, boss
Hi,
lady.
boss lady T.
Welcome in.
Yes. And certain
Yeah,
times, even when they're cooking and they're just trying to sweet us up and it doesn't even taste that good, we have to turn around, oh, thank you, babes. It was lovely because we don't want for them to turn around and not cook again for us. Yeah.
right,
So,
right.
hmm
And see, now we
there's
get into
many.
the meat and potatoes of it now. So like, if a guy approaches you that you're not interested in, right? You're gonna lie to him just to get him
Of
away from you,
course,
right?
I lie to them in the politest way to turn around and let them know that I have a person, even when I don't have a person, just to kindly let them know I'm not interested, okay?
Right.
Because I don't want to be rude and then them to be offensive. Because if it gets that to that level, it's gonna go real left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
So
And that's the thing.
you
It's
have to
sometimes
lie to them in a polite way,
you know.
okay? A polite manner. Hmm.
Well, that's how it is. People. I don't think people really think about. I think when people hear
Yes,
lying,
Mary.
what
Hmm.
Mary said, when I think when people hear lying, right, they think of the worst situations, right? When people hear the
Hmm.
word lie, they're like, "Oh man, you're a liar." But again, at some point, I feel like everybody has to lie. Again, a lie is a
Of
lie,
course.
regardless. A lie is a lie, regardless, right? But at some
Some
point,
people like to get themselves into the greatest of jobs and become the best of their abilities, what they are doing right now.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. That's you gotta lie your way up to to the top,
Trust me. Yeah.
And
So
sometimes,
many there's many lies, Mary. That's why I said I don't know if he wants me to really talk on this panel about the lies that can go on. Yeah.
but it's true. And again, like I said, there's a lot of people that will say, "Well, I don't lie," and I'm like, I don't know if anybody
I've I
that I've
had I
ever
had an
met.
interview with I had an interview this week. Yeah, a
Absolutely
meeting.
spiral.
And when I was in the meeting, the person took off their socks because they're so over hot. So when he took off his shoes, oh my gosh, I had to say, "Oof, yeah, and like I'm fine, I'm okay, but I'm there rubbing my nose. I just wait to get out." I was just like, oh.
You know what I'm saying? You see what spiral said, right? If only if everyone spoke the truth, we'd
Hmm.
be in trouble. Like
Of course. I'm sure I would not get that meet that meeting would have gone woo.
you're getting so many fights. It's like, for example, and again, it goes back to what I was saying about like situation, right? So if, for example, somebody, people do it with people's kids all the time, right? People see the kids and say, "Oh my God, that child is so lovely,
Beautiful.
beautiful," and then now they lie.
Woo!
they,
I'm like, why are you lying for?
they know
Like,
they lie.
really? That
Like,
that child looks like a grandpa. It looks like a real old, like he's been here before. Like he looks like a. What are you talking about? Hmm. And they're looking at me and trying to have a straight face and can't even have a straight face. You know?
but again, you're not you're not doing it to be mean. You don't want to be mean, so
Be
you're like,
me.
oh, or even with a child. So, for example, a child is singing, right? And they can't really sing that well. You know what I'm saying?
Spiral.
What's far? No discount.
Baby Yoda.
Yoda.
Oh my God. You went there. Spiral. Really? Oh Lordy, I've been there. That
That
child
child
looked
look
like
like
baby
Baby Yoda.
Yoda, he said.
Did you?
That,
Spiral, did you
woo,
actually tell him that, Spiral? Did you? That's horrible.
that was no, that was wicked. That one. I can't even help you. Dream Island blessings.
Yeah, I mean, my oldest daughter, she likes to sing, and I see Lynn laughing, Lynn laughing.
Don't laugh, Mama Lynn, I can hear you.
Huh? But I used to honestly, I was honest with her. I used to tell her like, you could probably use some singing lessons, you know, in the kindest way I could say it, right? Like
Oh,
not
you don't want to
like
knock her
right.
confidence.
I don't want to knock her confidence off, right? But I'm being honest with her, like, yeah, you ain't gonna make it on American Idol. You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, get a job that pays the bills, and then once you start making money, then you can pay for singing lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to break her down, but I want to be honest with her, so she knows when somebody, because the world is a terrible place, right? And if I'm boosting up her head and saying, "Oh my God, you can sing so well," and all this, and then she finally go in front of somebody and they're like, "You are horrible," that makes me look bad now, right? Because she gonna look at me as her father and say, "Why didn't I tell her?" You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't I honest with her at the
Mm-hmm.
time? Because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So I,
Yeah,
I
good
lied.
thing.
I lied to her. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes,
Professional. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes
Yes,
it's
sometimes
just,
it is best not to say anything at all. Mm-hmm. Season, that's so true.
"What up,
Yeah.
Lee?" It's my bro. That's my brother Lee.
Hey Lee, hey bro. Well, we're family now. Here's your
Yeah.
baby sister.
Yeah. So,
Some
but
things are left unsaid.
said, yeah, that's true. That's true. And then sometimes you have to say it again. Every situation is different, and I feel like at the time when you are met with that situation, you have to figure out, is this the right time to say this, or you know or not. You don't
My internet is
again.
playing up.
Huh?
My internet's playing up just a little bit.
Oh, okay,
Hopefully it
okay.
comes back. Yeah.
Well, that's
What you
not
don't
true,
know won't
boss
hurt
lady.
you.
What you don't know might
Big
hurt you
boss
too.
lady. Big boss lady. Huh.
What
You
you
know how much men have turned around and said they've got a big something and that hurts you when you find out they've got a little wiener, yeah? So don't go there, big boss lady. Let's not go there, okay? And they say they've got fat pockets and they don't have fat pockets. That hurts you, big boss lady. Look, yeah, just order your drink from 20 because you don't want to get me started on this topic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what you don't know might hurt you sometime too, because
Hmm.
again, goes back to truth versus the untruth, right? You know,
Ooh,
it's like you said.
and that's the one.
No, I don't know of any guy that's gonna be like, yeah, I'm small in certain areas, so no, nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna lie about that, you know.
So
All right,
why don't you just why wouldn't you just like not say nothing at all? Why would you turn around and say it's big when it's not big? Well,
well,
and you fully well know it's gonna come to that part of the
well, I kind of feel like by the time it comes to that part, it's too late, you know.
big boss lady said, "Woo, that might get
What
him
they
killed."
kill.
Woo! Oh gosh, you see? So you need the
Oh
truth.
my God. So they
And
actually took
Caesar said, "What is this now? I'm going to the bar." Yes, Caesar, get in your drinks. You
when
need a
that
drink.
baby Yoda kid grew up and asked if he could be a model, what would you say?
Hmm.
Nope. I mean, no, not. I
You've
mean, I
had
wouldn't say
guys
that.
tell you that they were small.
I mean, Seal is not the best looking guy out there, but women love him. So you know,
Hmm. But they love him. I feel that they love him because of his pocket and his personality.
yeah.
But his personality is a little bit questionable, to be honest with you. But I think it's the fat pocket, really.
You saw a
Yeah.
boss lady. You saw a boss lady said. She
Tell the
said she,
truth, and I respect them for that. Couldn't help him, but
what
respect him.
respect.
Woo! Oh no, I'm never too late. Sorry. Yeah, exactly.
So boss lady, let me
Guys,
ask
put
you
in your
something.
orders what drink you will like.
Boss lady, let me ask you a question. So, did you feel better that he told you the truth, or did you? I mean, there had to be some attraction there, right? And then everything was going well, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, look, just so you
When you
know."
see that handsome guy that you feel like you want to just, he's got all that, just, and you feel that he's got, if that one thing, yeah, that one thing, you're
Hmm.
going to be it's going to hurt you because how are you going to get on in life when you can't even just, performance? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
what.
going to be a bit of a disappointment.
Either way, right? Whether he was honest or lied, it's gonna be a disappointment either. Well,
I'm
well,
going to be
if he was,
hurt. My chest is going to hurt me. I'm going to tell you, my chest will hurt.
well, you notice that the truth hurts sometimes.
Oh, trust me, it hurts. It's going to hurt.
Season says it's not going to hurt
It's
anything.
not go to anything. Season. I don't think you need to come onto the lives. Yeah, when I've already had this conversation, and I ended up having stitches because of that one little lie. Yeah, that's
That was
why
a,
I've got a phobia of black snakes. Yeah. Okay.
so glad he
Yeah.
told me because that way he letting me make a choice. Oh my God.
And small don't always mean it's not
so
good.
so
Okay.
boss lady, let me ask you this: Were you honest? Were you honest with him when he told you that? Yeah,
Okay.
you have to tell us this story, boss lady. Where when
See,
he yeah,
Trinny's loving this topic now,
no, I'm just
yeah?
saying because if he
Mm-hmm.
was like if he was honest with you, then were you honest with him and
Seasons
be
in
like,
tears.
You saw me. I said, this goes perfect into what I'm saying. Like he was honest with you until you feel him in his small part, right? His small truth, and so you went back and told him what that not gonna work. So you hurt the man feelings?
Why? I really want let
Yeah,
me stop. Let me just. Big boss lady, come up on the panel.
but
The link is right there.
yeah, the
Yeah.
link is there. The bar is open. The bar is open. Small truth. That's a small truth, right,
Guys,
Season?
yes. A small truth. Mm-hmm. Caesar's laughing. Mm-hmm. Guys, get in your drinks. Put in your orders to Twinny because this can get very heated.
But yeah, and that's why I said the situation would definitely. I mean, that man is brave. That man is brave. I don't think I would have. said that. But then again,
The small truth, yes, Spiral. But then
the
who
small
knows?
truth
He
shall
could
set
have
you free.
the small truth could set him free because at the same time, he could know how to work his other parts and stuff and everything too. So Spiral, he may like to taste.
But yeah, no, it's just it's an interesting topic that when I thought about it, I was like, is it always honest? Always good to be honest? And as you can see by just from the different reactions from people, we all can't be honest all the time, and it's not that we're bad people.
Hmm.
It's just that some situations require to not be fully truthful.
Truthful, exactly.
You know, and I mean
But I
that's
would
not.
love for the government to be honest.
Oh God, you're asking for a lot.
Because I believe that they only put certain people like that so-called one that you've got over there in place just because of his money.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people all the while I have never,
Season the tongue, the mouth.
yeah, I've never been anyone political person, right? Because they always say don't discuss politics and stuff like that. So,
Exactly, Spiral.
but I always
Hmm.
tell people all the time is like
The
we're the
link is
ones.
above on the
It's
conversation.
up top. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be able to just click on the link. Um, but yeah, like when
Mhm.
it comes to the government, I mean, they lie to us all the time. Like the same people that represent us. I mean, they lie to us to get to the positions that they get into. I mean, it's not all lies, some
Yeah,
truth, right? But I feel like we're the ones getting scammed because they on both sides or three or however many parties you have, everybody they all lie to us, you
exactly.
know, and we believe
They're
that
all
stuff.
liars, exactly.
We
And we
believe that
still
stuff,
vote for
and we
them,
still, yeah, we still do, we still do.
even though you know they're going to lie to you, but
Uh
you
huh.
still vote for them.
Uh huh. But you know what? That's actually some people's truth. Some people actually believe in that. Some people are
I hear
so
you and that's special.
are
Hmm.
so like what I say caught up in. Okay. Oh, that's my dog. I was like, I thought I was a look. There's a groundhog that's been terrorizing my yard, so that's why
For
I'm.
real?
Yeah, oh my god, he's eating all my
Oh,
veggies and everything.
wow.
So that's why I was looking outside. I thought I saw him running through the yard.
So, what would you have done if you did see him? Because what you gonna go and run for him?
Oh, I'm gonna light him up. Oh, I got a rifle.
You couldn't even lie about it. You're meant to
I'm,
lie it on social. You could have lied to the people, bro.
no, I'm not lying
Just
to the people.
tell and let them know you was thinking about putting him on the grill. You get me? Just that's all.
No, I'm not putting him on. Actually, my brother tell me something, so I put him on the grill. I'm not putting him on the grill. Actually, I tried to. I'm giving away my video because I'm videotaping this whole situation, but it's just part of it. I tried to catch him. Oh,
Hmm.
trust me, I
Make
am
sure
a
you
I
have
am a good
aim.
shot. I'm a good shot, Damien. Go watch
You're
my
such a
videos.
David.
Da-
Oh my gosh, my little babe mother.
Damien, go watch my shooting videos. I can shoot. But no, I honestly I was trying to trap it. I was trying to trap it, but they're very smart, you know. So I said, but he eats all my vegetables. So I was trying to set a trap for him, but I have other options. I have other options. So yeah, you will see. You will see. The video's coming out soon. You will see what I did. But trust me,
Okay.
I I'm trying to do the most humane options first.
Okay.
Now, if he makes me mad enough, because he's eating everything. I mean, he's eating everything in my yard. So he might end up on the grill. But what does
Woo.
season say? Season say the governments
The
were not
government
built.
not built with you in mind. Trust me, there was not. Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, like I said, sometimes they tell you the truth, and most times they lie to you. You know. But again, it's what you believe in. It's not like the information's not there in front of you, right? So here's a Sparrow. Sparrow said vote for the girl. All right.
I vote on the grill. Oh gosh.
I never had
What
groundhog. I,
could
I hear they taste good.
Spiral, couldn't you just lie to him? Couldn't you don't you see the topic?
Look,
You
Sparrow will never
know?
lie. Sparrow, me and
Oh
Sparrow got the
gosh.
same. We're foodies. We got the
You're
same thought process.
foodies. Couldn't
He
you just lie?
he's not gonna lie to me about
Bro. Oh,
that. We're not gonna lie about that.
same. Mhm. No need for a lie there,
Right here. No,
Spiral.
no,
We,
all right.
you needed
Not.
to lie about that one. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
But yeah,
Don't want to
no.
know about no groundhog or no grill.
Oh, trust me. I was going to like lie about it, but I was like, no, I'm I'm- if I if I if I get the opportunity, I, I'm a
You were
unalive.
trying.
I'm a unalive that groundhog. I'm telling you right now.
Oh gosh. Why not probably just like rabbit?
Hey, boss
Oh
lady.
gosh. I don't even want to know, Spiral. Anything. How you doing? Can't hear you. You're
We
on
can't
mute.
hear you. Are you muted?
Yes. I was saying I'm home for a little break and then I
Oh,
gotta go back to work.
okay.
But I
Mwah.
Well,
here
thanks for
because
checking in. Thanks for checking in.
yes. Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Damien, why are you lying to Twinny? You want your plate too? Really? You're a foodie too? All of you want.
Okay, I don't know. What did I just do?
We can hear you.
Can you
We can
see me?
hear
Because
you.
We can
I
see you.
can't
Yeah.
see y'all
You can't
anymore.
see us?
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, chat though.
So tell me this
Hi,
story.
big boss lady T, Sis
Hey.
Spiral.
He ready to laugh.
Tell me.
Winston, you ready to
And
laugh?
I'm telling the story yet because I want to hear how this thing turned out. Because
Okay. It was he was an Italian guy. I think that's why he said that. He was an Italian guy.
hmm
I've never heard a black man ever say that. So I think that's why.
so he was just giving you a disclaimer,
Yeah.
like don't expect nothing heavy.
Do you know,
He became
I'm going to ask the men this because I really want to know something. I'm going to ask Twinny first, but I'm going to wait for you to finish your
Yeah.
story.
Tell the story.
I was gonna just say he became a really good friend though.
hmm
And he's married now. I mean, he found somebody that, a-okay with it.
Like his little wiener.
Yeah, she's Italian too. So,
He might have a little pocket.
he found someone that he can.
Pocket.
So what? Okay. All right. You don't have to tell the whole story. We understand.
Okay, I can hear you now. What weird song said? I couldn't hear him.
I said you don't have to tell the whole story. We understand.
Yeah, it was that simple though. It was like one, two, three. Okay.
But I was saying, did you lie to him and bring him down nicely, or you just be like, "Thank you for telling me." Good uh, friend zone.
He got friend zoned. He
Yeah.
got
The
friend
cr-
zone, Spiral.
the cr-
He
what are
got
the
friend zoned.
I'm sweating you guys because I'm outside, so excuse me. But no, the setting wasn't even really for him to be telling me that. So I don't know if he just was giving me heads up in case,
hmm
but it never made it to anything because we actually was out eating. So I don't even know what made him say this.
The liquor,
You know,
the rum.
it could have been the liquor. It could have been the liquor. It could have been the liquor.
He may have been scared. You may have been giving him a little wild one talk. So
And it could have just been, we out eating and he may thought something more may happen. So he
Right.
thought he would
So it's
warn
like,
me.
yeah, like, look,
Yeah.
yeah, things ain't gonna
Yeah.
work out the way you think.
No. I hate he thought that.
I
I hate
hear
he
you,
thought that.
Season. Hmm.
Where's
I
the
hate
where's
he
the
thought
spiral? It
that.
was the rum. It was the rum.
It was around.
The
Hmm.
That
Hi
was the rum.
Spiral. I can't see it in the comments, so I don't know who's in the room.
Yeah, I put it up
That's
on the
okay.
I put it up on the
Okay.
chat.
He'll put it out.
So what was your question, twin? Because you say you had a question.
Do other men size up to other men to see who's bigger than who?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yes, they do.
I
Really?
mean, we don't show each other, but yeah, dudes be in the bathroom looking over the stall, you know.
Really? Oh my!
It's
Or
not
maybe
kosher.
in the
It's
gym,
not.
like when y'all in the gym getting dressed, like when you was in high school, maybe.
Yeah, it's not kosher because there are man laws. You know, there's man laws. Like if you're in the bathroom and there's an empty stall, there should always be a gap between
Exactly, season.
Really?
in the bathroom,
I want
right?
to know.
There are men laws, but yeah, dudes be looking to see, be like,
Sparrow
damn,
saying, "Oh Lordy, this
Wow.
is the time. No one can't lie tonight. Yeah, we have to be. This is the
it's
topic. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. So
mm-hmm.
so as far as there are rules, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But women,
Okay.
let me ask you this: do women do that to each other? Y'all size each
Mm.
other up? Because that don't lie,
Why
don't
would
lie.
you need
I'm gonna
to?
say, you know
You
what?
don't need to.
I think in growing up, like girls had bigger breasts than others, and you wish,
Yes,
kind of.
Yeah, but that is not. You see, to
and the girl.
some, to females, there's
Mhm.
certain men who work with a flat chest. There's certain men that work with a bigger. So because we've all come in different sizes, different shapes and sizes, it doesn't. You don't really have to size up as a woman to a next
Yeah.
woman.
You don't think
Do you
so?
understand? It's that
Especially
no,
growing up,
it's
I think
totally
as you get
different.
older, really, you don't have
Yeah, you
to.
don't have to. I still want my boobies though, but yeah, you don't have to.
No,
You don't
Like
really have to.
no.
I feel like women with big boobs lie to women with small boobs because
Exactly.
they're gonna
We
be
don't
like
have
they're
give a
gonna be like,
monkey.
girl, you got what that's all you need, you know. I feel like y'all be lying to each other. Like, hey, no, that's all you need.
No, well,
You gonna
I
tell the
think
girl
on the
with a
back end though, like girls will tell you you have a
Yeah,
big ass. They will tell you that. Like,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
yeah.
I do.
I'm not gonna tell my boy he's got a big ass though. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
do
think
that.
men compliment each other like
No, we don't.
women. I
They
think
No, we
women
don't.
don't
we
do that.
compliment. No, y'all
We
don't do that.
compliment. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
compliment,
compliment. Yeah.
but we
Yeah,
don't size up. We just compliment.
No. Yeah,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
will compliment.
Woman, don't waste your time. We got too much to do. Exactly. Whereas men,
Yeah.
they size up. I think they use a ruler and they measure
It's
certain times
well,
as
no,
well,
no, no. Yeah,
season.
no, we ain't gonna
I
be
think
doing
he's
that.
gonna try and I think Twitty's lying to us, yeah?
We ain't
I
gonna be
think
doing that.
Twitty's lying to us, season. Do you want to ram season? Season. Big boss lady, do you want to ram? Yeah, let's get him to give us a ram because
Look, I don't
I'm
drink, but
telling you,
I'm gonna toss it
you
up.
take it. You exactly. We need a shot for that one. Hmm.
Oh my goodness,
Telling you.
no.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we men. As far as I know, we don't like dudes. Don't like you said. We don't compliment each other like that. And
Mhm.
like, damn, bro, you got a nice chest. You know, we don't be doing stuff like that. That is
I,
another
I
rant.
I can say there is one thing that females do is if you are more on the fluffy side and you're medium or you're slim, we
Mm,
may size up and say, oh, you look more better in that kind of dress or so or whatever
mm,
than probably it will look on me
mm.
because you've got more of a voluptuous body to fit into the dress.
and
So
see, that's
if
a
you want to say a
compliment.
size and yeah, if you call
Yeah,
that sizing up, then that's a little bit of a size, but we
yeah.
don't really size up.
But would
Mm-mm.
you? Let me ask you this though. But would you lie to a friend because they look better than you and say, no, girl, don't wear that dress?
Oh no, I
You
No,
don't think?
wouldn't.
Because I've seen that.
no,
Mm-mm.
I've seen
You
that.
might want to watch
no.
that friend. No.
Exactly. I think they're
Uh-uh.
envious. They're
Yeah,
jealousy.
well, yeah,
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying. There is
Yeah.
No.
envious and jealousy where you could be like, man, she look better than me. I don't
Mhm.
want her to outshine me. So I'm going to tell her, don't wear that or don't do this or don't, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Well,
girls out there that's
I've
like
already told
that.
people that if I was to get married and I'm wearing all white, I want everybody to wear all white too. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. If you want to get a better dress than me, then you get a better dress than me. But I'm gonna shine on my wedding, so I might
no
even have
matter
more
what.
than, yeah.
Yeah, because I think like
So
for
it's
my
the same.
wedding, my sister was my maid of honor, and she was in white, and people was like, she shouldn't be in white. I'm
Right.
like,
Hmm.
why not? Like I don't know. To each his
Yeah.
own, I guess. I
Cause
don't know.
I be hearing women like sometimes be like, see this girl and be like, oh my god, she thinks she cute. I'm like, but you don't even know her. What do you mean she thinks she cute?
Right?
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
it's something they don't feel.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Or it could be like a cocky or a stush kind of thing where they're just too overconfident. And
Hmm.
yeah,
some people don't like that because they don't like that with certain times within
exactly.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
So
don't
would
like
you
it because they
Uh,
insecure. That's what it is. They
right?
having an insecure issue.
Do you think
exactly.
do you think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
person would be honest with that person that they're insecure about to say, well, you look good, or they're just saying it
Well, I'll
lying
tell you
or just
something.
lying or just
I
lying to
lie
them
to
just
the
because.
internet. I lie to the internet all the time. They're always
Like
trying to
how?
find out my shape. They're always trying to find out my shape and stuff, and I'm not telling them. I turn around and tell them I got a flat iron bottom. You get me? That's all you need to know. I tell them nothing. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, catch me when you
Don't.
can.
We say everybody on YouTube is a liar, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what they say.
I mean,
Yeah.
you think about it though, right? In its simplest form, right? Like when we're making videos, right? We
Hmm.
Exactly,
you don't
season.
see all the things that happen when we're making a video. Cause we make mistakes. There's been
Mhm.
times where so essentially we're lying in some senses because
Editing. It's called
It
editing.
is,
That's what we're
editing,
David.
doing.
exactly,
It
yeah,
is.
because we're
Yeah.
editing out
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rest of the information, right? So you only
And it
see
could
what
just be the simplest thing as a flaw that you feel that's a
yes,
flaw.
it's a flaw. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because I've had videos where I had to like go put on the clothes I had the day before because I missed I missed a part, and I was like, oh man, I forgot this
Hey,
part. So I had to go put the same clothes on that I had the day before and like reshoot that part. It's a movie. You're
but
essentially
you know
making.
what? That's being creative. You're a creator. I mean,
Hmm.
that's your talent.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Bottom line. I've done it. I can tell you the video I didn't done it on. But you know what? I'm gonna be
Exactly.
honest. I feel like more of my vlogging, I've left some of the mistakes because I want people to know I am freaking
Yeah,
human.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
if you seen that I messed up something, I'm sorry. Get the middle finger if you want to,
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna let
Exactly.
you. I'm gonna say this at this age, I'll say, because I
mhm,
remember at one time everything did matter,
right,
but I've
right.
gotten to the point to realize if the world was perfect, I probably wouldn't need YouTube, you, me, and nobody else. So it's somebody out there need to know that I'm not perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
true.
mean, I'm not gonna take you in my bedroom. I mean,
Right,
I'm not gonna do that. You can't have everything.
right.
But
Hmm.
what I'm gonna give you is gonna be authentic.
But
It's
I'm going to
real.
ask both of you guys something because I know we're all guilty of doing this one. You see, when you've gone out and someone, you've gone out with your friends for dinner or so, and they've got something left on their mouth or so, do you turn around? I know you see, you're guilty of it too. We always tell a little lie,
You
we
know
try
what?
to get them
I
to wipe
have.
it, but they just don't, you know. But I'm
Sometimes you just
straight with
don't.
it. Certain times I'm just wiping it for them. I'm just quickly just so I'm telling you.
Kay, I can see you doing that too. Come here, hon.
I
Just get
do.
that off.
Yeah, come here.
but
Yeah. Mhm.
but
I
I
do
mean
it for them.
that's what I said.
Mm.
Sometimes you
They
can't
said
give
you have to tell
people the
But
truth
you know
all the
what?
time.
I'm gonna tell you this too. That's why sometimes you can see me. My hair is not combed
Hmm.
because I don't want to have to freaking comb my hair for y'all.
Right,
No,
right.
I don't feel like putting
And
on no
That's why you like
eyeliner
the green screen.
sometimes.
you shouldn't.
Yes,
You shouldn't.
yes, exactly. But you
That's what
have some people do.
hmm
I
But you
need
know,
Exactly.
but you know what? Some people like that authenticity of just you're not doing something extra
right.
um to come across as like
Come
you said
across,
as
yeah.
being perfect, right? Because
Exactly.
sometimes people want to see the mistakes you make, and
They do.
you know
Of course.
they realize you're a real person. Because I feel like
Right.
when people see, especially as you get bigger on YouTube, right, or whatever platform you're on, people almost see like they're watching a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So then they expect to see, this real. Because I'm telling you, and it is kind of off subject a little bit, but I tell people all the time, I everything I do the
Mm-hmm.
best of my abilities, right? And I am not going to put out a product that I don't believe in, right? So I take my time and I edit and I do all this stuff. Sometimes it's like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of editing that I have to do, right? And and then I look at some other videos and I'll be like, man, they didn't even do anything. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But people still like it, and you can't be mad at that.
Love
People like,
it.
yes.
Here's my
Be
here's my
loving
brother.
it.
Oh, Mr.
Here's my
Lover,
bro.
lover, I love her. Mr. Lover, lover, I love her. Got it, Mr. Boy,
Behave yourself.
Basti.
Behave yourself.
Hey,
Behave yourself.
whoa,
See,
whoa.
that's a lie.
You see?
Hi, Corey.
Bar mash up now.
Ooh,
Bar mash up
Wagalag,
now.
wagalag. Seaside me there, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, man,
I
me there.
lie.
Are you on Jerry Outer Road there?
Don't you? I
Oh, me
lie.
alone, me alone.
Or what?
We get one bite so far and him cut off my hook and gone, so.
Oh, okay,
No,
you could have just
it's
lied to him and
Pops.
see you catch him.
Yeah.
No
You could
It's
crabs,
have,
no
Brian.
crabs.
Say that again?
See, he's even lying to the nature right now by putting on those little, nature kind of trying to hide. He's not even hiding in no bush. So why you
No,
got
no,
that top
I
on?
am I am hiding from the sun.
No
Hollywood.
crabs. You
The
haven't
sun, the
caught any
sun can't
Blessings.
see you.
crabs?
Sun hot,
Blessings.
man.
Cholia. Legacy.
Hi,
Blessings. Welcome.
Jolia. Blessings.
So we're going.
Hello.
So, Brian, have you ever lied?
Ah, really? Really? That's what you want to ask me?
See back the rum, the back already,
Yeah.
What?
I know, say I think me I drink too.
I think
Thing, yeah, thing.
Tell the truth.
Mhm.
Yep, hey,
Exactly.
hey,
Someone offer him a drink.
people, people, people were born to lie.
you can't help it. You can't help it. But again, as what we say, it depends on the situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, we lie to get out of trouble. We lie to get into trouble, like Miss 24/7. Yeah, and we lie with and everything in between. We lie to get out. We lie to get in, and everything in
You're
between.
never late. Just what drink would you like, Julia? We can turn around and, get 20 to put it in. Put your order in. and I'm not lying to you. Just put your order in.
Okay,
Let me
all
get
right,
Julia Legacy.
okay. Oh,
I am, Mama Shaw. I am. I'm telling the truth. His voice is sexy, Mama Shaw. His voice is sexy.
Hey,
yeah,
Julia said we're not born to lie.
yeah, man. We are. Somebody has to tell you that you shouldn't lie. Think about it.
I
As a
hear
Yeah,
you.
child, as
Y'all
a
are
yeah.
child,
funny.
as a
Hmm.
child, you have somebody has to tell you that you shouldn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
So we were born to lie.
That's
Hi,
you know what?
Abby.
I
Blessings.
never thought about that. That's actually pretty true.
Mm.
That if somebody have to tell you say you shouldn't lie, then even as a child, right?
Yeah, I mean, born to lie is it kind of strong,
Watch
but
me sexy
we
Chinese man there.
it comes as first or second nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment you feel like you're in trouble, you go tell a lie about it.
Bless up,
Even when
chat.
them see you do it.
Yes. That may I say, because I was talking to Miri who was here earlier, and I asked that
Mhm.
question.
Hi,
Was
Ian.
Ian
No
blessings?
honesty on earth because every woman have a different culture shape than each other. Hello. See? All right, Ian. Exactly. Hmm.
But yeah, Brian, I never really think about it like that. That I mean,
So our
Mhm.
next question.
it does sound harsh, but yeah, born to lie.
Hey, puppy. How you doing,
Blessings,
Jerry?
Jerry. Jerry in the
So,
building.
so our next question. So,
Hmm.
if the
Yeah.
performance was rubbish, do you actually tell the woman?
If what?
Me personally, yes.
Hold on. What was the question again?
Did you just say yes?
what,
Did
what was the
you
question?
just
Hold
say?
on.
Of
Hold on. What was the
course,
question
because
again?
when if my performance isn't up to it, you
Oh
probably
yeah,
won't tell me, but you go tell your friends,
yeah. You're right.
right? So I'm going to tell you straight up, yo, me never like the when you use that thing, they do that
Give
thing
him
there,
a
you know.
drink. Give him a drink on me, yeah? That's a drink on me. Woo!
Here's my question: are you going to tell them that so they wasn't
Huh?
up to scratch? No, may I ask Twin if you ever
No,
tell them that?
we,
Are
we,
you
we
gonna?
fake the orgasm. Oh, it was great.
You say so not lie to the man then?
Hey,
I'm gonna.
I
We
caught
fake
somebody
that
doing
all
that.
the time.
I I, I caught somebody doing the fake
Ah,
orgasm thing.
Yeah.
oh, gosh.
Hold on. Hold on. Where I say?
That one, yes. That's now that I lie all the time.
Woo! Oh,
So so
What? Li-
I'm
are
sorry.
there any children in this room? Can
Well,
No,
I,
let's
there's
can I?
no
supposed to say
children. There's no children in
special.
here.
Okay,
Special,
so
you gonna give me in
I
okay.
trouble.
I caught somebody in
Oh,
that
wait,
lie.
Damien might be still here.
Jerry, don't talk yet, Jerry. Hold on.
Hold on,
Hold
Jerry.
on,
Hold
Jerry.
on. Hold
No,
on,
no,
Jerry.
no, but answer I want to become you have to deal with when you're hot, brother, because you are going on, man. Them are coming from the right and start.
Yes,
Yo,
Damien's
look,
still here. Damien,
come on, who
Damien's a
can't
child.
see it.
Yeah.
Because when the right one reach up on the left wall and the right wall and bend up and down, you can't reach the 2 5 million miles for that, because
Jerry.
What
stop
is
it.
happening?
Jerry. Hold on. Let me hear what Brian has said. Brian, I tell a story. Hold on. Brian, tell me what I go on.
All right. So these ladies were talking about
Season, what drink would you like? Put in the
these ladies
water.
were talking about fake orgasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying I caught somebody doing that. And I'm like, no, you don't need to do them something there. If if it's not up to standard, let me know and we will work it out.
You're right.
Can I
Right?
say something? Let me say something, Brian. Wait. Brian, sometimes
But,
I'm gonna be
but
honest, sometimes the faking is not for you. It's to keep the woman going too. Okay.
Really?
So
Oh no,
yeah.
no, 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 no,
So
no,
you-
no faking to
man,
keep
try
no
to say
woman
it like
going.
this.
That don't make
so
no
Right.
sense.
That,
That
Yes.
don't
that,
make no
that
sense.
no, no sense to me at all for y'all to be doing shit like
The
that,
Tiki
because
Bar should have
on
been
a
hot
real,
every night. Welcome back.
on a real level, when, but, you are going though, Brian, just like you said, when a woman performing poor, I'm in a tight, blank pants, but baby, you need to change gear.
Yeah, man, cause when she go on good, you go tell her say she
Can't
go
get
on
on
good.
a woman Papa style, back shot, left shot, up shot, on table, cock up on bathtub, or on back veranda, on rooftop. Anywhere you get set, you get it. So you have special.
so you said, Jerry, you're not telling no lie.
No, sir. No, sir.
Whoa!
If pum pum go snap, crackle pop, we tell them say pum pum go snap, crackle pop.
Lord! Whoa!
Cause I'm a, yo, let me take a, I will make the rum. May I pull up
we
the
don't
rum?
know.
Then.
We don't know who made.
May I pull
We
up
don't
the
know who
rum?
made the wrong, Jerry.
Give me some. Oh, gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
But special K, pum pum
Why?
have to go snap, crackle pop for your man jump and run all 10
Kay,
yards.
why you fanning?
Look what Ian's saying now. Look what
Yeah,
Ian's
listen what
saying.
you
Look
have
what you
to say. Listen what you
started.
have to say.
Lord. Whoa.
Never,
This is getting
never feel
too
like
hot
can't
for
keep and
me.
couldn't keep my chat, man.
Oh, gosh.
He just coming on here
Jamaica
raw.
Shore Fisted is a lot. Trust me,
Yeah.
Jerry is.
Miss,
Hmm.
man.
Sorry about
Hold
that.
on.
I'm also fishing, so
Damien, you're too
Love
young for
y'all.
rum
Yo, Brian,
proper.
you supposed to come
Love
check
you.
me, Brian. You not
Call
even
me
talk
if
to you
y'all
like
need me. They can't see. They can't see y'all. Love you.
Hi.
How
Love
far
you
y'all gonna
too,
be?
Hope and
Who
Faithy.
that?
Uh, okay.
That's their
Special
daughters.
said hi.
Love you too.
Special said hi.
Hi.
Love you.
Hi.
Mwah.
She
Bless
say
up
love
yourself.
you.
Bless
Love,
Love
love
yourself.
the
you.
time.
Blessings, Patrice.
Check-in
Welcome, welcome.
blessings. Happy belated birthday, Patrice.
Yeah,
Hey,
Patrice, happy belated
Patrice.
birthday. What was it?
Man.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
How
Oh,
Patrice
Patrice
birthday?
birthday. Happy belated birthday, Patrice.
Happy belated
Patrice should be
birthday.
up here. She would get
Well,
she was sure not tell a lie. Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Hey,
Well, cheers,
Caesar.
guys. The first one on me for the Tiki Bar tonight.
All right, there you go. Cheers.
Hey,
Cheers.
hey, Brian, you're not drinking. Yo, man, come on that beach, come link you, man. What drink you on? I'm so
Brian,
like.
Brian have to
Y'all
drink
alone
salt
no
water.
drinking, me. Y'all drink me thing, me. Y'all alone go drink.
Yo,
Where your
brother.
Thing.
drink?
Thing. That's all me I drink today.
I don't have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Last time,
either. I come in and I don't have one myself.
last time, I find that
Look,
one beer I
look,
drink, one
me have
beer
one
became my.
liquor, you know. Stone
Caesar
ginger
said, I
wine.
think we need to take a water break. I think we
Season,
do,
Yo,
season.
season
season,
after
there's
5
water
years,
in
what I
beer.
run within the last 5 years.
Mwah.
Nah, that bad.
Hey, Des,
Cheers,
thanks for
said
coming in.
Damien. I have water. All right, Damien, that's good. You have some water. All right,
Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Papa.
Des. Thanks for checking
We
in.
not
I
need to
appreciate
go.
you.
Take
Peaceful,
care.
guys. Bless up yourself. Bless up
Where's
yourself.
that? Where's that, Jerry? I
Take
can't link
care,
me.
peaceful.
Yeah, I'll make a bad choice. If
No,
I'm in my
you
friend's
should
day,
be
I'm by
going to go
myself.
and
And
link
You
I
me.
still
What are you
ain't
fanning over
talking
there?
about?
got no
I'm
kids
gonna be
here,
too
so I'm
hot.
good.
Once he gets on here, whoa.
He make you hot like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Des. See you on the next one.
Mhm.
Take care.
So I have
Yeah.
a question.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
yeah.
What's up?
Patrice.
What a question.
I have a question, right?
Hmm.
Have you encountered people who require you to lie to them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And
No.
how that work? How
Yeah.
does that work?
You, in certain situation, yes.
No.
Give me a
In
situation.
certain situation.
Me have a situation, but give me a situation.
Oh, me? There must be a
No,
situation.
no. You are
Oh,
Jerry.
Jerry. Okay.
Jerry.
Jerry,
Patrice.
What do you mean? Like, as in a relationship wise?
No, just any situation that Jerry
Any
can.
Pennywise,
situation.
work,
Any
Or,
situation
honesty, think.
that somebody
well,
require you to lie to them.
because they're too goddamn nosy. I mind your business. Why you asking me so much questions?
So yes, sir,
But
just
it is what I mean. Like I said, you have people like this that ask questions, and I'm a very, very. When it comes to my personal life, I'm very private when it comes to that. I really don't push my business out on social media like that.
mhm.
You'll have one or two things that might be out there, but other than that, I try not to get too much in depth and detail. But I had a long life. I'm 50 years old, obviously, but like I
I
said,
didn't ask
there's
a question,
things,
Caesar.
there's things in everyone's life that that probably
Bless up,
happened that
Nadine.
is the greatest thing that ever happened to
Hey,
somebody.
Spiral.
It's not something that you really want to get your people out on social media too much, anyways. You know what I mean? So
Right. So in that
yeah,
in that case, you say you don't have no choice but to lie to them because you don't really want them
And social,
to know
yes.
certain things,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But it's only one or two persons that really know certain information about me that on here.
Hmm.
Even in this live, no, maybe one or two persons that will have
You
certain
can't
information.
let them know your ins and your outs because you have to
Yeah,
keep a smile on to keep your channel positive and not negative because
exactly.
it can
Because
draw you out.
what will happen? Your fat will fry. Your fat become like lot.
But Jerry, I've got an honest question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What's
tell
that?
you in private.
Season wanted to know what your was your question, Brian.
Oh boy.
Like I make
He
Jerry
say he
tell
couldn't
Buddy Palanya
hear.
tonight.
They are trouble.
Stephen say he couldn't hear the question.
The
Right,
lady, I should say that this lady are trouble. A lady are trouble. Problems.
Ryan.
That big boy, yeah, you
Caesar,
see.
Caesar wanted to know what was your question.
Huh?
Caesar
Caesar wanted
wants
to
to
know what your
Caesar
know.
wants to know
question
your
was.
question.
He didn't hear the
No,
question.
no, that was a question. It was. Do you have people who require you to lie to them? That's the question.
Yeah, so Season, it was do you well, he's got a deep voice as it is. Can't you hear the sexy voice?
Huh?
Jeez. I don't
What?
need to repeat it. I'm
What is
sure
wrong with?
Season heard that one.
So Brian,
What?
how you reaching
Yeah.
out it? How you reaching
How
out
me
it?
reach?
Eh,
Me have 2 foot, you know.
So you brave to what really walk around this, Brian, in a dinner. All right, Brian. When them
Hey,
the
hey.
mosquito they start leaking, 99.9% chance you're wearing
Long
shorts.
sleeve, long sleeve, long sleeve.
Long
No,
Yeah,
me
but
sleeve
can't
you're
take
and
the
wearing
bite,
short
but
pants.
me can't take the bite them on my leg because they're sexy, you know.
But when them the
The
mosquito
sexy
around
leg
this
them.
start,
Let me see the sexy leg. A Lord, boy.
Brian, me no want get bite by them the mosquito around this.
Stop special. I can hear him now. Thanks. I hear you, Susan.
God have mercy, actually go show off
Yeah,
the
man, me
button
kind of
lip.
know.
Right,
They,
we
they,
go show off the button lip for the woman. Then I got talk with you know.
what?
All right, sexy legs.
How we go show off the button lip for the woman?
No, man, you're good,
Eh?
man. You're good, man.
You show off, me say you show off the butt foot for the woman, them no the woman, them have you for that, you know.
Oh, well.
Yes, they're not. Then no lies tonight.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Lies. No lies should be told.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
You see.
you know say we drive from Mumbai go straight to Manchester the other night. And we have searched for room at the room and we can't find the boy. I know. I will find a BMT back up. We say, oh, brother, I beg search for the boy. BMT, we search. We don't find him. No.
I
All
Mm.
want,
right.
I want you up par.
Jerry,
Let me
have,
ask someone that
have you
got
ever
man.
lied to a woman and say you can manage it when you can't manage it?
Yo, now give you a story. I was younger, in my younger days. I'm gonna give you a no joke, no joke. Them time I was about 115, 120 pounds. I
He's
was
always
light,
got a
light.
story.
So I was like, light kid, right? So I get this call from this female. Say, "Hi, yo, come check me." So I went checked on stuff. So them time, dude was very young. He wasn't well rounded on things and whatever he did. But I was like 15, 16 years old. Them time, yo, woman was like about 25. And I want to tell you something, Brian. I learned things in my life that I never learned before. Dirty out, boy. She was not playing. But it is what it is. It's about growing up and learning. And I knew me as a young man,
It's
the woman
season.
that want to have enough years experience for me versus me at that age. You understand?
That non-answer question.
So,
Yeah, I
mm,
wait for
That,
the
that was
answer.
a long story that don't answer a question.
I wait for the.
me couldn't manage, Brian. Me couldn't really manage that situation.
But
But
you
then the
tell her.
woman just took charge and say, "Yo, all right, boom, come in, young man. I'll teach you a few things." Like,
What them
and it
want to
is
know is
what
if
it is.
you, what them want to know
99.
is if you ever talk and drop off a bicycle. That they want to know.
No, me grab one ass and climb on top of it. Me could start there. So me just from the back shot, me just grab the ass and tip up on the and start. Sit down like a chihuahua in a
Ian.
I want to go.
Wheelstone is killing himself.
Yo, how much I drink since morning, Jerry?
I prefer to speak this video. This is for last night.
Oh, I
That real.
forgot you drink. You had a drink for our last night. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Right. A long time they hear the work. I suck. God.
I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't
man,
want to
that's
miss
like, man.
sunset.
Yo, Vince Stone, when you
Sunset
say good
nice,
stuff
man.
and you look on the coach, brother, I'm a look on some Jesus, I can't reach up myself. All right. Look around my room, I look for a milk crate, one stool, anything. I see the hashtag. So, hallelujah. Come here, boy. Turn up the hashtag, me get height now. I say, yes, man. Time to put in work.
So, So,
But
so, so what she tell you, say she never lied to you. She tell you, say she gonna teach you something because
yeah, man.
because you never know what you do.
Yeah,
You
man, come
know?
here. I'll teach you a few things, young man. And yeah, no star. And that's what every man learns still. Obviously, you're going to have, find out older female who have a little bit more experience than them. And they're going to learn from us. It is what it is. You're not going to learn from no man. If you learn from a man, something wrong with you. Something wrong.
You
Why you
learn,
have
you
to,
learn from a man, but that's not how you learn from a man.
Yeah, no.
we
You
know
learn
that.
from a
But
man
we're
by
not trying to say,
listening to them and telling them story. That's how we learn from man.
But you
yeah,
know, say,
man.
but I know every man you can listen to because some of
What
them gonna tell you
Caesar?
No, no,
them
man,
gonna
no,
tell
man.
you
We
lies
listen to his
still.
story. No, no, remember, say no for a
Come
story. We don't say
on.
a lie, no, so, but
A
we
lie,
listen
them
to
gonna
him
tell
way.
you. Lie.
So
What is
Mikey.
that Caesar talking about? Some women too fast?
When I say to Brian, I
Huh?
construct on site, then
Yeah,
the,
basically
con-
they're
the
too
construct
fast
on
and
site.
they're taking on something that they can't handle.
Okay.
Nah,
If
like,
you can't
they,
whine, it
no, but
fishy
you can't
mouth.
say that men take on things that they can't handle because listen, there's women who also put up in things that they can't manage.
Lord Ian.
That's not what he
Look,
said. He said
yeah,
women, not
You know
men.
that, right? In
He
special
said
case,
women.
there's women that put up in things that they can't
impersonating. Look
manage.
what Ian said. Look at what Ian just said.
Ian not have no
Just say,
sense. Me,
If
me,
you can't
Ian's
whine it,
just
female just put some honey in.
I can't keep up with the chat. That's moving a little
Give me
more.
a second, them. I got
he's
him.
too much.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh
as what me say,
goodness. And
yeah,
I
right.
Ian's
least
too much.
it was easy, you know.
Hey, Brian,
He's
cast up that
not.
bamboo. There should be
You
smoke
see,
under there.
you see, this time of the night is when the tiki bar really get fired up, you know.
Pirate, yes.
You know,
Yeah,
we always start out normal, and then the rum kick in, and then all of a sudden now, the bar
And who
get,
make the
I
rum?
will make the rum and the bar get warm.
I did rum chat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
oh, I
The
got to
rum chat.
remember I'm
I
still
mean,
at work. I
who's still at
forgot.
work?
Me, I
Exactly,
forgot I was
yes.
still
Look at
at
you at
work.
He's a
home.
break. Yeah.
I'm on my break.
He's on a
Oh,
break. She's enjoying herself too
I didn't
much.
got too, I didn't got too comfortable.
mm-hmm.
At least I'm still on the clock, okay?
Yeah,
You
hey,
know?
Yeah, yeah. I just
that's it.
decided not to go to work tonight and just
Oh
take the
God.
night off of work tonight. But
I'm gonna put an alarm on
um,
because I don't want to mess up.
I really want to make my fishing for tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay.
we're good, man. We're good. You get everything right, Jerry.
Yeah, man.
Started.
But yo, Winslow, someone just wake up on them time I'm talking.
You know,
Yo, I work from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock this morning, and I got home about seven, almost 7ish, and I just took a shower, went to bed, woke up back up, went and got something to eat, came back and went to bed,
Did you
and
think
that was
about
it.
it?
But I'm tired. I'm really tired. So,
look at Brian.
Ooh. Did you think about me,
but,
Jerry?
oh man, why? Only thing when I think about that pillow there and that bed there before me reach them because sleep I chill that thing, man.
At the at the rum.
And
At the
I
rum.
didn't lump on the day before it. I
Right.
say, yeah, eat
Really?
your bad.
Season needs some more rum.
Eh?
No, no
Season
worry,
needs
man.
some
No.
more
Yo, listen,
rum.
But
Special K,
I got my own brand, Stones Ginger
Special
Wine.
K.
See there?
Me, rum, woman together, combination, equal breed.
I'm coming,
Yeah?
baby. I'm coming.
Rum, me, woman, that combination will always produce a baby.
How many baby mothers do you have again?
5,
How many baby mothers? All right, and I'll make
6 to
You're gonna be
7.
six.
baby six. Baby
I'm
mama
Mhm.
making
six.
six,
I
you know.
You know?
well, I'm good enough.
About me.
Ooh.
Yes.
I ain't no more.
Okay, you got room for one more.
Mm-mm.
You
No,
know?
hell no.
Only for Jerry.
Any woman come talk to me about babies right now, this nigga is
Uh,
running. He'll be on the next boat, he'll be on the next plane, I'll be on the next train. Like, what you say? You pee. By the time they say, yo, Jerry, I'm pee. Who? You just run road on a run? Nigga, I'm gone. Hell with that shit. You are not gonna come to me at this type of age and talk about change on diaper with a wet baby shit and diaper and talking about what? Yeah, man, that ain't working.
Talk truth, Jerry. Talk truth.
The last two people mother don't be picking them from their cut. They was slick as hell. You know, man, run left bikini. They were people mother had no idea they run left bikini.
Taxi for
And the
Jerry.
left bikini had cut.
For
Yo,
Jerry. It was no bike back. You jump
listen
on
to
a
my
bike,
voice,
man. You
man.
jump on a bike. You don't need
No,
no
we
taxi.
I
Yo,
call her Uber. I call her
yo,
Uber for Jerry.
yo, you guys got more single dads in Jamaica than single women nowadays with kids. And bless up to the single dads out there. Enough love and respect to all you that's out there still doing it and putting it in as a father, same way, don't give up. Yo,
Blessings, Raddy.
Salute.
Thank you for coming.
there's guys out there like how you team chef life, single dad. Then you have other guys out there that are YouTubers that are single dads, father and son, a couple other people that are out there that's been doing their thing. That you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So enough love
Bless
and
up,
respect.
Ratty. Ratty, bless it. Good
Yeah,
evening to Ratty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So all of you them out there do them things same way, you know? So yeah man.
So,
Oh
yeah,
no, no.
listen.
Who's calling you?
that was my
Ratty.
girl.
It's all about being honesty.
That was my girl. My
I
girl
watch you,
called me.
but can't comment doing something at the
Mhm.
moment.
My main squeeze girls call me. That's Laurie calling
Okay, that's fine.
me. That's my baby
I
girl.
wonder which main squeeze, you know, because I whole heap of them here, you know.
Lord have
Hmm.
mercy. Yeah, no. Well, I'm saying,
Talk truth, Brian. Talk
But
truth.
one special, never two.
Mr.
Whole heap
Like
of
a
main
church
squeeze,
outfit.
him, man.
One
That look
special.
like a church outfit. We say that the outfit don't look like a church outfit.
You
Mm.
ain't caught nothing yet?
Yeah,
Hold on,
the
hold on.
bait
Me
is
soon
coming
come
back,
back.
so
Me soon far. Let me get something off of this stove.
the bait is coming back, so I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done.
You come and link me then. Someone have to come on the phone.
Yo, what?
Darren, I don't like going down there.
Whose problem is that? Whose problem is that? Tell me my
So,
problem.
so come and link me up here, Brian.
Me have a
Jerry,
pass here
big
when me
up
I go
says
for you.
Ratty.
Yeah, come in one mosquito down there so bite me, Ryan.
Wisdom,
They put mosquito.
blessings. You just going to do with something, Ratty.
Yeah, man, me link him.
Yeah, one boom when you come, Brian.
One what?
One boom.
Jerry. Me no drink there something there, so me no buy them.
Somebody can blow up sitting up here.
It's all right.
Brian,
Yes,
Brian,
yes.
just be honest to him today. You're not coming. Just tell him you're not come.
No,
It's
man,
Or
me I
it's
go,
just
it's
man.
or
it's
just
the
lie
panel
about
for
it.
it.
Or just
Just
lie
lie
No,
about
about
it.
it.
Yo,
no,
You
special,
no.
know we'll
special.
be there in
Yo,
5 minutes, and you know you're not
special.
gonna be there in
Let
five
me
minutes.
explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, special. You see, if he don't show up here at my house, it wouldn't be a problem. But see, if he ever make a fishing date with me and me and go fishing and he show up, a war in this rati there.
You're good, man.
Sorry. I had to go take the
I
the
have
book.
to pass his house, so me I go. Me just don't buy no boom game.
Special
But
K.
Brian, how many
Yeah.
times has Jerry said I'm on my way out? He's gonna be 5 minutes and he never reached. You know how much time all been on live and he turn around and say, "Yeah, me I come," and I don't
No,
reach
man,
to
but
the thing.
when I fishing, it's different.
Yes, fishing is
When I fishing,
different.
him
Fishing is,
early for fishing. Me not have no other date with him, so if him late to anything else, I don't know.
So other than
yeah,
that, I be a
no,
liar again.
no, yeah, no. I think last time Boss Lady was down here with that last fishing date we had. I had a fishing hook in my
It's
hand.
all about honesty. That's what
Hey,
Twinny made
Boss
the
Lady,
panel about. It's about honesty.
Boss Lady,
Hmm.
you have
What?
to help me get the hook out my
Yeah,
hand.
but it's also
Yes.
about lying. So
That was
Yeah.
traumatizing. Traumatizing.
But the one thing we can
Yeah,
say,
bro.
about
oh,
everybody
that's boss lady.
that come up and yeah, boss lady that.
Yeah, big boss lady.
You
I've
know
been
I
saying, I've been talking to you, Brian.
You
Y'all
never
can't
I
knew.
see
ca-
me.
You
Jerry
never
didn't
I
even
realize.
see
cannot
me.
see.
I've been telling
I
both of
cannot
y'all
see.
hello, and neither one of y'all seen me.
The truth is,
Yeah.
I don't have on my glasses, so I cannot see.
I,
Okay. Now
you know
that
what's
I
so
can
funny,
give you
Brian? I'm
grace.
looking at the phone
I can
like
give
this.
you
The phone
grace.
is. I'm used
I'm like, yo, but that
Big
sound
boss
like boss
lady
lady.
did.
I said
Mama,
hello to
did
y'all
you
three
actually believe
times.
him?
Yo,
Because
Right?
they
that was
did you
that
actually
hype,
believe
Brian.
him?
Remember when we was
Okay,
here,
I'm gonna
Brian? We
say
went on
this.
that hype.
I
We
believe
went,
Jerry and I believe Brian because they both need glasses.
yeah, yeah. I'm sitting here like it's all fuzzy in
All
a
right.
way
So
because of the phone. It is.
let me explain something to you about the truth. The truth, right? When you tell somebody the truth, if they don't believe you, don't care.
Don't
Right?
care.
You see, when you tell them the lie and they don't believe you, then you keep trying to convince them that the lie
Mm.
is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Truth.
once you tell them the truth, you don't care if they believe it or not.
And that's why I don't lie. Because I don't care if you don't
Yeah.
believe me. Period.
No, man, I lie. I'm not gonna tell no lie about that. I lie, but it, it depends.
When y'all was talking earlier about relationships, I was like, you don't need to lie. Because if you don't believe me,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that part.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. As long as
But
you know the truth of what, as
That's
long as I
it.
but
know what the truth is.
but like you said, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. You
No,
know.
they
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
the season
don't.
said that's why you should always be honest.
Yeah, I'm one of
Exactly.
those. I'm one of those ones. Like, I'm one of those ones who, like, when it comes to a relationship situation nowadays, like
Babes,
when I
I'm
was
coming,
younger,
but you
I'm
don't
not
reach
gonna.
there.
No, in my younger days, yeah, I was spontaneous. I was one of those dudes that love woman, and if they ever make pum pum, like, and they lock me up for shoplifting because we done a thief pum pum left, right, and center. Which even though I still love pum pum like that, we done thief the same way. But you just have to show your vibes. But you know what? It's like this. That's right. If they made pum pum in cans or packages, every Chinaman shot me a thief in. I got Mega Man, I got Chinaman shot, I got Consumer, I got Super Plus, Progressive, High Low, all of the shop. Don't look at me, Rabbo. So
why,
I just try
why,
to,
Jerry? Would I join you? You know?
Oh
mm,
gosh.
for real,
Whoa.
yeah.
Lord God.
So I
Oh
just
my
shut up and
gosh.
say, so guys, welcome to the Tiki Bar, guys. We go for the
Brother,
show.
we
We just have
lose Jerry.
so
Who
when it's
are
a
we
vibe.
frightened
Oh,
of
Brian,
that we have to be
Brian,
afraid to
yeah.
speak the truth? Who? Exactly. Who are we frightened of? Exactly. I agree with that season.
Yes, man.
But
So it's a
that's
Yeah.
situation where you try your best in a relationship. You try to make sure you're honest and straight with each other, especially being on that levels because certain one little simple word can affect the whole entire relationship and
mm-hmm,
destroy it.
mm-hmm.
Trust.
A simple,
That's why trust is
simple,
such
yeah,
a big
yeah,
thing.
And you can't take words
yes,
back. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll tell you from personal experience that I've experienced from me doing bullshit and telling a lie in a relationship cost me a whole bad situation. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, so it's like situation like this. You try your best and make sure you stay straight and do it right because at the end of the day, it's gonna expose
No,
itself.
no, Jerry, no, Jerry. In reality,
Yeah,
you
in
try your
reality,
best. You try your best to not get caught. That's
yeah,
reality.
yeah, yeah. That too.
We
That part.
can we
That
Yeah,
can we can
reality.
be we can be
but
politically correct and say,
right,
yeah,
yeah,
we gonna
political
try to
correct.
be the best person,
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
best person is the happiest person we can be, and sometime doing some bad shit is what makes us happy. So
yes, yes, because that's when you're teeth pum pum.
Thank you, season. Yes. Tell Twinny, where's the security? I think
Yes,
Skylar's gone. Can someone wipe down the bar,
yeah.
please? It's closing half.
Man, I tell you,
A spiral, I use that
so
the
it's like this.
security, you
Look,
know.
I'm at
sometimes
ease this
your teeth
season.
can get back, you know.
Eh?
me don't know about that.
You have a teeth and get back, yet.
No,
No, sir.
Teeth
me
and
don't
you
know
return
about
it
that.
back to the owner. Hold on.
Me don't know about that.
Just joke, man. Stop. No, people not encouraging you
Lord.
to here. You're
Why?
gonna sell.
You see how wicked
Man, how
Jerry is?
frustrating that to me.
It's,
Kind of like,
Okay, what didn't happen?
he just he just turned around and said certain tax. He teased the pum pum and then he gives it back to the owner. Yeah, that's what he's saying, big West Lady T. That's what he's saying. This Chinaman's not normal, I'm telling you.
Very easy.
The
Oh
run's
my
got to his head.
god! Oh my
Oh
god!
gosh.
But that's what I say.
You just
I the
think
one thing.
that.
I the
Can you
one thing.
explain that?
yeah,
Can you
man.
explain that, please? I explain that because that's
But
I
I
need to
like
know
to
what
know
that
too.
means.
Yeah.
You know,
So
like
How
basically,
how does that
so
happen?
basically,
All right, let me explain
if
something
a
to you. All
woman
right,
is
listen.
beautiful and
Sometimes you go on a
sexy
little
and she
move,
has a man,
Cause that sounds like foreplay.
obviously
That
she
sounds
don't
like
care.
foreplay. So let me know what that means.
no,
I want to
He
know what
it's
that
don't
not
care
means.
foreplay.
that
It's not
she's not a
foreplay,
man.
right?
He's gonna get what he wants, and then he's gonna give it back to that man. Yeah.
Uh, so you cheat with a
Mm-mm.
married woman?
Yeah, yeah. She'll have a man. It's like this. It's like this. Like this.
He
Right?
will have a
You go on a
man.
little move, right? And a female look at you like, yo, I got a man. And then you pull a stunt, you pull a line. Then, girl, what your man got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
then
not
Okay.
trying to hear that,
she run
see.
the number.
Okay.
Yeah, she run the number anyway, right? She run the number anyways. Hey, like, yo, this girl's a real player for real. So, all right, cool. Boom. He run the booms. I'm just say, yo, babes, you know, so this kind of soon rush it thing too fast. And I'm going, boom. Cut. Cause you don't
Wow.
know, say, especially if you're not snap crackle pop. And then I say snap crackle pop. And it just say, blah, blah, blah.
There is something else, you know. Oh my
Hey,
god.
Brian, how you find this money, man?
Nobody
You,
but
you
Ryan.
never know.
Yo,
How much
Brian,
money to come on? The
Brian,
train
get your
now.
friend.
Get your friend, please.
yeah. Huh?
Ryan.
Winston,
So,
take
yo,
But
guys,
Brian,
yo, make
control.
sure y'all smash that thumbs
Winston.
up. Welcome to the Tiki Bar. This is the
Johnny.
live right now, Saturday, every
uh,
Saturdays. I best live in Jamaica and America right now. You can go on the live, and then you have Special K live, and then you have Big Boss Lady go live too, and then you have Brian go live. Yo,
yeah, man.
everybody
Oh,
have this. Yo, link up. We are drink up and we are stink up the place. Yeah.
That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sees the show and the world buckle now.
You
oh
Yes,
my
know,
yo, season.
God.
I think we need it, Susan.
Ready up season.
Wipe the boy down, please. Wipe it down. Wipe it down.
You know?
Hey, look,
Trouble.
see me Clorox.
Oh my God.
I got everything I need at the bar. See, so we can
Yep.
wipe it
Goodness.
down.
Everything sanitary, everything,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
even
man.
the
Yeah.
doggy
I'm
bag.
gonna do
One of
I'm
them
gonna
bags
get
that
a
you take too
drink.
far, we're gonna put you to the side. Yo, put this over your
the
face.
spirit speaks for itself, Susan. The spirit speaks for itself.
Yep. Drink the spirit and talk the truth.
Hi,
That's it.
OJ.
That is it. That is
Blessings.
it.
Remember kindly to like up the live, please, and thanks. But OJ, have you ever lied to a woman?
We talking to
Honesty is the
Brian?
best policy. No, OJ,
Oh,
cameraman.
oh, cameraman.
It's
Oh,
true.
I'm just touching. Best up, cameraman. Wagwan.
Yeah. That's true. He's laughing and he's covering his mouth. Hi, you see? Yeah. Honesty is the best
I,
policy. Come on, you're at the bar. We need to know, OJ. We
You
need
know
to
what's so
know.
funny? A lot of these guys, a lot of these people in the chat that are laughing kind of relate because they either had some kind of situation to relate to the situation. That's why they laugh
oh
because
yeah.
they're like, God damn, this dude just hit the money thing on the nail. Listen, it's life. We live reality. We live the things that.
He was just honest. Look, he said,
Oh,
"I'm the biggest liar." Woo! Okay.
but I serious thing,
So me
Jerry.
know say a whole heap of thing going on.
I serious thing. But
Mm.
the thing is, that's what me tell you. Say every situation is different, right? Every situation is different. You might have a life to save your life. You might have a life to save somebody else's life. You might, every
Vinny,
situation is, huh?
Yeah, I've been in
have you
those
ever
situations
have
where,
you ever
where
had a woman
I've been saved my life.
try on at you at work, and you've had
Try,
to try and get yourself out of that situation?
try to do what?
Have you ever had a woman,
Mm-hmm.
female, that's tried on at you at work, and you've had to try and get yourself out of that situation?
Try to,
Yes, yes.
not at,
I've
Jerry,
left the job
not
because
at,
of that.
not at
Jerry
work.
said
No,
yes. Not
not
at
at
No,
work.
no,
work.
I left the job because listen, that was the first time I ever had a relationship with my job. And this was when I was like 18, 19. And ever since then, I made it my professional decision that anywhere that I've worked in this world, I will never ever have a relationship with someone because it's unprofessional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You can't.
yeah. That for me, like. never been never. I have the same policy. It's like never talk to anybody at work. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
No,
I
no
don't do
grant,
that at all.
no
Now,
granted.
now,
A
it
lot of people
living.
meet their significant others on the job. That happens. But no, not really. I that's always been a policy of mine. I never,
That's right.
try to have any
And
relationship with
and what
anybody
makes it
at
worse
work.
is that we have superior positions
Hmm.
that you're on that levels of management that you're like you can do
Right,
whatever the hell you feel like.
right.
And he's like, nah, I'm not going to put myself in that line of
That,
Yep.
fire.
So like for
that's
me,
what the Tiki
Listen,
Tiki Bar's about.
when I was in the military, I was a senior leader in the military, and I would
yeah,
I have like young troops, young female troops and so forth. I actually had a young male troop try to talk to me. Yeah.
nah, tell no lie, you're brave. Look,
Really?
listen, no man, listen, no
But
man.
Lion.
but
Feeling,
Woo!
feeling,
Really?
no,
yeah.
no, really.
Eh?
The funniest thing is being in the States, and I'm gonna tell everybody this: living in the States, there's that chance that might happen.
Hmm? Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying
No. I mean,
there's a chance that it might happen, especially if you live in places like New York, Virginia, Maryland, Washington, around them areas. There's a chance that people that come within them area or anywhere else in the world, as a matter of fact, that it can
hmm
possibly happen that you have that
Hey,
mix.
Jerry, watch your Coast Guard cut or go through.
but
Judge,
but you have to just be professional, yeah, man. That's what
mhm.
it boils down to when you're
So
at work.
so I had a supervisor. She was my supervisor,
Mm,
and I mean, I already had two other females in
You
the
had
in
the
the
boss.
building,
The
and
boss,
she
you
wanted to
dirty
be the third,
you.
and I'm like, no, because I mean, she wasn't up to my standard. I mean, I guess, but she never
You
liked that, and
dirty.
she
You
made my life
naughty.
miserable.
at work.
Why didn't you
Judge,
try to get to the senior department? Why?
Oh,
You
I
should
didn't
try and
want her.
go up there.
I didn't want her. I didn't want her. I did not
yo,
want her.
listen to the man.
She was a little bit too, and I'm saying this very loosely because I'm from there, but she was very ghetto.
Mm.
Hi,
Okay.
Martin.
What ghetto?
Blessings.
Martin, bless up.
Yeah, man, she was
Ghetto,
very
you
she was
know.
very ghetto in her
The
in
boss
her
lady,
in
you
her
know, she must
advances.
have been a
Oh, okay.
wild one.
Okay. He was running. He was running from him.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have handled that one. He could have
No,
Yeah.
but
handled
guess
that
what?
one.
Guess what? I had two other more better looking girls in the office, so I
So
didn't
it was the
want her.
looks. It was the
No, she would
looks.
be she would be a drop in the standard of who I was with. So
Yo, Brian, where are you? What
so
my God?
when you get out of that situation, there,
no, man,
you just tell her the truth and leave it at that. All right.
well, like I said, she made my life miserable. She made my life miserable. I mean, I get right up every day. Free, and this is free zone, I'm not get right up every single day. I'm like, you
Yeah, I
know
ended
what?
up having to leave that job.
Me reach to the point where I'm like, you know what? Me stop sign paper, so you can't carry them going to the office because I'm not sign anymore.
Same.
Oh yeah, man. She was
So,
You
so
could
why?
have you could have did what Jerry said. Just got it and gave it
No,
back.
no, I did,
yeah,
but no, but it wasn't worth the
just
taking.
tell
Is the
her.
point? It wasn't worth the
Yeah, it
taking.
might have been worth the taking because she could have
Yeah.
got put up to senior
No,
position.
it's not worth the taking, dog.
No,
You
no,
realize
no.
car mileage funny like one old lot of truck.
If you
You
see
see
the
that?
type of guys that this girl after, you wouldn't you would have
Special
applaud me for not going there.
boss lady, you guys have to understand that men choose their women like how
Exactly,
they choose a
season
car.
for real. You should be
But you
called
know,
plenty.
men will
Plenty
choose
with
their
the
women like
sexy
how they
legs,
choose their
right?
car. So
Wait, Jerry, what you say?
men will
Yes,
choose their women
plenty with the
like how they
sexy
choose a,
legs.
like how they choose a car. Nice, sexy curves, low to the ground,
Hmm.
fast, speedy, and not too many mileage.
Yo,
Okay, so
them
let me
time.
ask you this. Wait a minute, Brian. So why do men cheat then? If they got all of that at home and they go get a bicycle, what the hell?
No, No.
They still want to
Those are
ride.
those are
No, no,
dumbass.
no.
Because
Exactly.
listen to me,
That's my
listen to me.
point.
If a man have
There
a
are
lot
different
right now,
reasons to cheat.
I'm
There are
gonna tell you
different
all that.
reasons to cheat. And
And
the problem, one of the problem is that only men the problems only start when the men start cheating, but you don't realize that the problem started
You didn't
way
answer
before.
that. You went
all
round
right,
corners.
all
I
right,
want to
guys,
hear
But
your
let's get to a topic.
reason.
Please.
Why do you want
I'm
to
talking
cheat?
about the standards, though. You saying you have standards, but normally when you cheat, it's not gonna be a woman like your wife.
Yeah,
So,
because we don't want another wife.
but why are you cheating?
Because we want front. We want pum pum and you not giving on, so we have to get it
Well, you
somewhere
could have
else.
got poom poom from the lady and got you a higher position. Then you would have been bringing
No,
more money home.
she never have no position to give except back shot
Make
and I
it
didn't
worth
want that.
it. Make it worth it. Make
Yo,
it worth it.
yo,
Whoop
guys.
whoop whoop.
So you're asking why do
Only
Bring
men
home
cheat
the
on
position she
women?
had
money.
was
Bring
back shot
home
and
the
I didn't want it.
money.
Brian, Brian, can I answer the boss lady's question? But what I got people when that happened because he's like, then why do men have this at home? They go out there and get that. All right, I'm gonna show you a scenario, big boss lady. I
Okay.
had a relationship a while back, right?
Mhm.
And then I'm in this relationship, and at home, she was living with me. Female was living with
So,
me, and everything.
so
And I was like, look, I'm unhappy with this.
Okay.
Um,
Exactly, Susan.
and for years I complained, like, yo, this is not quite, and I'm not happy with this. Where, how would you say, in my prime stage, I'm well 100% active. But when her prime stage, she's not 100% active. Well, see? So it's a situation like this that I was being shortchanged when it came to the relationship and certain vibes. And I was like, yo, you know what? I'm unhappy with it. And I made
I'm
many
gonna
talks
ask,
about it
Susan. I'm gonna ask. I'm just
one
waiting for
way,
you.
and then it was never changed. So that's one of the reasons that forced me to a level to leave that relationship.
But
I
you're
didn't really.
rare because most men are not going to tell you that.
So,
So
so
hey,
it's
hey.
like,
Most men tell you, you just don't hear it because
yeah,
your
they give
head is
you hints.
somewhere
Men
else.
not men. Some men is not going to tell you straight up. They'll give you hints. They'll give you hints
thank
because they're
you.
not telling you straightforward.
Exactly.
So
They
So
that's
not
fair.
telling
Jerry,
you nothing.
so
No, but
Jerry,
women are
Susan
sensitive. So
asked.
So
women are very
Jerry is
sensitive. So
rare to
men are not gonna.
tell.
But women are sensitive. So men are
Jerry,
not going to. Some men are not going to get too hardcore on them because they're very sensitive.
Okay, so
And
let
you,
me say
so
this. What if you
Jerry,
have a woman who's
Jerry.
telling you, like asking you, what's the problem? What's wrong? Is something different?
all right,
And the
all right.
man
Let's
just
get
steady
straight. Let's get
lying.
straight. All right. Let's get straight. Let's get straight with something. I'm gonna be real as I can be real on this live tonight, without getting too in depth. All right. Let's say for
You already be
example.
too real. What do you mean be real, Ross? You haven't been real to
So
start.
let's say for example, right? Let's say for example, you're in a relationship, and maybe you come from a culture, or maybe you come from a place where, let's say, oral sex is the thing, and then you go to a different place where oral sex is not really that thing.
Okay.
You get me? And just to be on a straight levels, or maybe you don't like the mama papa style and you want back shot and you want cock up and railing up on rooftop and run a backyard. And maybe she's not into that because she reached a stage where she's like, probably reaching to menopause and is not at that stage of it yet where she's hot. So
Better go on,
it's this different scenario and different situations for different things.
Hey, don't play with me, no cow. Hey,
Yeah,
shoot.
I know.
Trust me, Susan. He's not. He never
That
plays.
that
No, so
sounds like a
Brian's getting paid twice.
that
All
sounds
right.
like a communication issue though. Because you should be able
No,
to
but
talk about
it's not
that.
a man or a
So
female that's communicating these issues to a female or a
Jerry,
male, and they're not changing. What do you think's going to happen?
So, can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah,
So, we all know, right, that communication is the key to a good relationship. But
exactly.
there are times, and the females can attest to this, there are times when they feel that they're not heard and they just stop talking, right? Men do the
yeah.
same thing. We do the same thing.
hmm
But we get vilified for it because you should be a man and
Man.
how dare you not talk to me and blah, 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 blah. When I've been talking, but you just didn't hear or you weren't listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so when you ask me, when we go through all of this, like I've been saying 5 years that I need your attention, I need your attention, I need your attention. And year 6, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop asking. And you're gonna say, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Nothing, nothing is going to be wrong because what was wrong is now no longer a problem, right? The problem is still there, but I'm over it now. So I'm going to find somebody else to get that attention from. The only thing that men do differently is that we don't leave the relationship when it's not working for us. We stay there and try to fix it and start another one somewhere else. And that is where the problem is. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Susan asked the question, yeah, and I would like to ask it too. How much do you need, or how many do you want or need?
How many what?
Women.
We only need one that
One.
satisfies us.
One.
We only need one that satisfies us. The problem comes in when the one is not satisfying us.
Exactly.
And one of the major issues
Exactly,
is
we do see season. We really do have a problem.
so one of the major problems is that people don't understand how much children change relationships. And you go into this lovey, lovey, lovey relationship, and 2 years in, baby born, no more attention for you because now the child is on the breast all the time, and you have
And
to
you're
sit
not
Paying
there
your
with
attention.
you're
you have
not
to
getting
sit
none of
there with
that breast. You can't.
and so what we do, right? What we do, we go and watch porn and we jerk off. And then that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem because we're always jerking off and we always want sex and we always, but I'm not getting any, so I have to want it, right? And men are more sex driven than women, so we go always have that
Who
problem.
told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that?
Inexperience,
Who told
experience,
you that? Who told you that?
experience,
Who told you
experience.
that?
Me
I
say
don't know what you're talking
experience.
about.
Hey,
No.
Miss
I'm not
Miss
in on
um
that one.
Well,
Brian,
don't
I don't know
label
what you're talking
women.
about. What
You
are you
just say the
talking about,
women you've
Willis?
been with. The women you've
Exactly.
been with,
no,
not
okay, so
women.
so so they are women, so and they,
Don't label
I've and
women
I've
like
seen
that.
I've seen I've seen other examples of men who are going through this thing wanting sex. And sometimes, because my wife used when it started, my wife was
Is
like,
this the film?
I just
Has
roll
someone
over and
given
take
me a
it.
script?
She just want to
Is
roll over and I must take it. And I'm like, no, that's not
Right.
how I want it. That's not how I
this
want
All
it.
this
women not like that
Tiki Bar?
though. All women not like that.
Yeah, I mean everyone is different. Every situation is different. It's the one thing I don't do. I don't compare
Thank you.
everything. I don't I don't put people in a
No, you,
category
you,
or
Oh,
a box,
yeah.
right? Because everybody, like I tell people all the time, even twins are different by DNA, right?
Exactly.
Even identical twins have some difference between them, and we're all different. We
That's like saying once a cheater, always a
yeah.
cheater. So how are we meant to move forward?
Well, again, that's on both sides of the spectrum if you want to look at it like that. But people change, right? People can change, and if you give people the opportunity to change, they want to change, they will, right?
They will.
yeah, but there's also allowing people to be themselves. So if he's a cheater,
Right.
you let him make him not be a cheater. Because
But you
this person, no matter how much he wants change, will not change.
well, not unless he
That's
wants
not
to,
that's
not
not
unless he
always
wants to
true
change.
either.
You
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you can't help somebody that doesn't want help, right? So if you don't want to change, if I'm not gonna change, if I don't want to change. If I want to change, that's my decision. Nobody's gonna make me change or do something that I don't want to do. You know what I mean? So at the
Yeah,
end of
Yeah.
the
man.
day, if I do something, I do it because I want to do it, and not because somebody is asked me to do it
Yeah.
or try to influence me to do it. I do it because I want to do it and for no other reason.
Yeah,
Right.
man. My I had a conversation with my brother there a couple of days ago about AI influencing what we're watching. I'm like, there are a lot of things that the AI sends to me that I don't watch. That
Right.
I even if I'm interested, don't send it to me. I will look for it if I want to watch it. But you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Right.
it's
But
it's it's a
nowadays,
way to
as you say that, I just saw something real scary today. That there's even it's going as deep as AIs are on certain of the videos that you're watching. They're using AI on actual people. Like you see, you think you're dealing with me and you're talking to me,
Hmm.
and then what's happening is there's like a girl. I don't know if you've seen it, but the girl eating the chicken,
yeah.
Mm.
and she's got a
Yeah,
whole
man,
channel
I've
where
seen a
she's
lot of them.
eating the chicken
Yeah.
and then the bone just goes missing because it's AI she's doing. And I was like, but it looked real. I thought the girl was real and she's just eating her chicken. And when they slowed it down and they show the bone has gone missing and stuff, and I'm like, what? And she's been fooling people for the longest time doing this mukbang, eating off the whole of the food.
Well, I think that's the reason why YouTube asks you if you have AI
Okay.
on your thing.
But yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, people. I don't categorize people in just because somebody made a mistake. I don't categorize people in that sense that that next person is gonna do the exact same thing, right?
Right. Right.
Because we get, and that's where you hear people say men do this, women do this. Well, not all men do this, not
No.
all women do this. You know what I'm saying? Kids do
Yeah,
this,
that's true. That's
or
true.
you know,
That's
white
true.
people do this, black people do this. Like
Yeah, that make
we
no
get into
sense.
we get into this thing where we categorize people, we put them in our box, and
box, yeah.
everybody's individual. Just because
Yeah.
not every white person is a racist, not every it's like I think we need to stop doing that to people in
Yes.
general. Just
Yes.
categorize
Yeah,
just
but
because one.
Very true.
We probably start having more weddings, you know? People start falling in love again.
I know, I know.
Because I think that's why we don't have relationships anymore, because you always bringing what that other person
But
done.
yes, the baggage, right? And
Yeah.
you're saying okay
yeah,
because
but
this happened
And
to
not
this
learning to
person.
let go.
you also have to remember that we bring baggage
Brian, let
too.
go. Just let
Right, of
go.
course.
But you have to
Brian, let
learn
go.
first with yourself to let go. So
Hmm.
Right, right.
Brian,
But
let
what I'm
once
go.
you
saying is that
start
we,
once you
Brian,
start
cause
letting it
Brian,
go,
I'm
you
being
will
we have,
have
honest
we,
with
grace.
you. Brian,
Yeah.
Brian, I'm being honest with you. Listen to me. Let go. Just let go. Yeah, just let go.
I'm not holding on to anything.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Who
Let's
listening to you?
round it up.
Let me tell you why I got so aggressive. Because you're probably the reason why I don't get the sex I want, because you think women can't hang with men.
Damn. Okay.
Me? No, no, no. You need
Yes.
to go have some sex with
Oh.
me and you will get all what you want.
Shoot. I want you to stop saying that about us women.
You,
Shoot.
if you have it with me, you'll have all you want.
Shoot. You said that. I'm talking about, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Oh God.
God
Oh
got me sitting on
Lord.
ice over here. God got me sitting on ice, and now wait a minute.
Hello again.
Wait a minute.
Brian gonna make me miss out.
So
I'm
guys,
already up here telling the story. Somebody told me he was a little pee. Now wait a minute.
he's not easy in 100% season. For real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, we so what I try to avoid, right? I'm 48. I try to avoid
Oh,
medication
you're
as
not
much as
young.
possible, like that, like pharmaceuticals. I try to avoid that as much as possible.
Mhm.
Um, the big thing is that I can just walk outside and pull some bush and make some tea and drink, right? And that's one of the great things about living in Jamaica is
Jamaica.
that
Jamaica.
anywhere
Right.
you go, anywhere you go, you find the remedies. As long as you know what they are, you find them. So I can have a toothache. I just pick some bush and do whatever I need to do with that bush, and that gone. Right now we have this thing where we make up all type of things and drink and strung up this and strung up that, and that
Strong back.
works.
Not
So that works sometime, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work because
you, you,
it's
you know,
just
it's a mental thing that
it's a
I think
mental thing. It's a
I feel
mental thing.
most medicines are mental because if you look at clinical studies, right? They give when they do clinical studies, they give half people what is actual medication, and they give another half of the people what they call placebos, right? Which is basically just a pill with nothing in it, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can get the same results from both
Right.
sides, right?
Yeah,
Because
man. Because you have
mentally,
people who are mentally sick and
yeah,
they put the
exactly.
mental sickness in their body.
Yep.
And all they need to do is somebody to touch it a certain way, and then that pain gone,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is that gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've seen that study.
It is the power of the mind. They say the brain. If you actually if you sit down and tell yourself say you have a cold, your body will develop symptoms of a cold.
Yeah, man.
you
I've
know.
That's
watched it.
true.
I've watched it. I've studied it. I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I've seen. I like to tell my daughter that crying doesn't fix the problem. Crying doesn't fix any problem.
Right.
Crying only makes you feel worse. But I understand why people have to cry, because when I need to, I do it. So
Yeah, and sometimes it make you feel better too because
yeah, it
Yeah.
makes you feel
rather than
no, it makes you feel better, but it does
Exactly,
not fix
Caesar.
the problem.
It's a
right,
hormone.
right,
They mean it's
absolutely.
a hormone. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a stress relief for your body, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you find that people that don't cry don't have more stress built up in them than people that
Oh.
actually because
Yeah.
they kind of feel like, oh well, as what you
Yeah,
say,
man.
that stigma, a man is not supposed to cry or something like that, right?
Yeah, they
um
take it for weakness. My
right,
oldest daughter is like that. She will not cry.
right, right. So I mean, again, at the end of the day, that I think we kind of do it to
Yeah, man,
ourselves.
them
Hi,
now.
Simone. Welcome, Simone. I think we kind of do it to
Hi,
ourselves
Simone.
in general, right? On a daily basis, we do it to ourselves where we categorize ourselves or we categorize people in certain ways, and we say, oh, we shouldn't do this because you're a man, you shouldn't do this because you're a woman,
Right.
and then we do it to ourselves, we do it to our kids, you know, and it,
Yeah,
it
but
kind of
Until
limits,
we learn better.
we start to limit ourselves, you
Yes, we
know.
do. Yeah.
Simone is in the building.
Hi,
So
Simone. Hey,
So that's
sis.
that's literally what I'm saying. It's like, it goes back to what we were talking about, the original topic about lying to people or being honest to people all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's warranted to be honest. I feel like because when we talk about relationships, because we are so guarded, right? And that's what you say. If you bring your baggage from a previous relationship, you're gonna be more guarded because you don't want somebody to do something to you
Uh-huh.
from the previous relationship, right? Something that you didn't
yeah,
really,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. It's
And
like
we
it's
don't realize that we don't necessarily put that on the next person,
next person,
but
right?
we have it, and we hold on to it, and we look at it as if they do anything similar to that,
Yep.
It
the problem
knows. It
Gone.
starts.
trigger you.
Gone.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
trigger you.
Yeah. It's called PTSD.
Yes, exactly.
it's a real thing.
Exactly.
It's a real thing. And
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 as hard
people,
as you try not to do it, it happens. Like all
no,
of us
you
do
you
it.
you everybody
Yeah,
does it.
yeah, yeah. It's
Everybody.
it's it's a survival mechanism.
Yes, I'm just gonna say it. It's
We
like
all we
it's
Yeah.
a
all do.
defense make. We all have it. It's like that's what I'm saying. If somebody in a white t-shirt and a blue jeans put a gun in your face, every
Uh,
time you see somebody in a white t-shirt and a blue jeans, you're gonna have a reaction to that.
exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
natural. That's a natural human behavior.
It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
with tattoos. At one time, when you had tattoos, you were considered dirty
Oh
or
yeah, or a thug. Yeah,
gangster or
yeah, yeah.
thug. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Mm-hmm.
now,
Same thing with
it's
Rasta.
just a common thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with Rasta in Jamaica. If you one time if you were a Rasta, you were dirty and you
Dirty and all. Yeah, I know
all
everybody
type
want
of
that.
Uh-huh.
things.
Everybody a Rasta.
Everybody
Yeah.
a Rasta now.
So, Twinny, how
Yeah.
long have you been on now? Because it's been 2 hours and a
Yeah,
half
yeah,
now on
yeah,
my
yeah.
side.
And I gotta go eat dinner.
Okay. It was so.
So you want
I
to
love
round it up?
y'all.
How did you find your show tonight?
Oh
Yo,
no,
I'm back.
it was great. As usual, we always get off topic, but I definitely love the I definitely love the vibes. I love that's usually what I
That's
love
what
the
it's.
most about
That's
It
Oh,
our
was
what the
before I
amazing.
go,
boys about.
let me mention one of the best shows I've watched on Netflix was Lie to Me. Try it. So if you don't
yeah,
watch
listen
it already,
that.
watch
I've
it.
seen that. I've
Lie
seen
to
that.
me
Yes, Lie
Yeah.
on
to Me. Watch it.
Netflix. Netflix.
Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Okay,
watch that
I'm gonna
show.
watch
I've
it.
seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever lie to you again.
I'm gonna look at it.
But yeah, man,
But
big up on yourself. Big
yeah,
up
man,
yourself,
respect to
Woodstone.
everybody that was on
Brian.
the live. It was great. Always a vibe. You know, I
Yeah,
missed the
man.
Yes.
guys last
Yeah,
week as I had
me
to
kind of
work.
get dropped with me in a supermarket as well.
Where Jerry did? Me don't know where
Oh,
Jerry did.
Jerry
Which
back.
Is it
supermarket are you,
back?
Jerry?
Is
Yeah,
it
Jerry,
I
is
you
was
it
down
back?
back?
at
So
Mr. Chin, down at Gully.
see,
Hey,
thanks for
I
Hey
coming in.
everyone, night. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Caesar.
everyone.
Love you.
We will see
Yeah,
Good
Everybody.
everybody again next week.
night.
I boom, me go
Good
get.
night, everyone.
Everyone. Love y'all.
All right. Blessings to each and everyone. Love you guys. All
yeah,
Love
right.
Love
man.
See you
you
y'all.
next week.
too.
Night season. Night, everybody.
Night.
Good
Stay
night.
blessed and catch you next
Alright.
Saturday
All
on the
right.
Tiki Bar
All
with
right.
another
You
hot
already know.
Bless up
topic.
Tiki Bar. Bless up Tiki Bar.
All right. See you next week.
Jimmy,
Blessings.
good
Bye,
night,
Yeah.
babe.
baby.
Thank you.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Good night. Special.
Night, night.
Good night to Mama Lynn.